Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another live stream, and it's going to be utter chaos because I haven't made any of my transfers. I have made one transfer, Mateta to Thiago, but I have not used the other four. And in all fairness, there are a couple of directions I can go with it. I could use 1, 2, 3, or 4 more. As of right now, I'm leaning to using 3 or 4 more. So there might be a situation where I use all 5 free transfers, and that's fun. It's exciting, and I want to start by saying, play your own game. If you want to use all your transfers, use them. If you want to use one and roll. That's absolutely fine. Don't let other people tell you how to play FPL. There is no single way to play it. If you feel like you can gain some by going now, going early, going aggressive, do it. If you feel like actually your team's fine and you'd rather wait for more info and keep the 5 free transfers in the bank, that's absolutely fine as well. Who are you captaining this week? Saka, probably. Yeah, I know. Quite a popular one, actually. I didn't think as many people would be on it, but I do understand it. Obviously, that's why I'm on it. I don't think I'm going to triple captain. For me, I'm probably going to triple captain Haaland next week. But if I have any doubts, I don't know what the doubts would be, but let's say Haaland looks really poor against Palace, or I don't know, we think his minutes might be reduced against West Ham, or Doku or Foden pick up a knock, and we think that might, like anything that makes me doubt it, I will just triple captain Bruno Fernandes in Gameweek 19 against Wolves at home, because that's very fun, exciting, slightly differential as well. The issue with triple captain Bruno Fernandes in 19 is Haaland has Sunderland, so it's not exactly a bad fixture for Erling Haaland, but we did just see him blank against Sunderland at home, so it's not out of the question that he blanks again, but it's scary enough captaining someone other than Haaland that week, let alone triple captain. I managed to do my signature move and take a hit despite all of the transfers. Oh dear. Oh dear. Can we stop spamming in the chat already? I'll put you in a timeout for 1 minute to think about what you've been doing. Please don't spam in all caps. It's all I can see when I look at the chat. And then it makes me less likely to answer your question. Good morning, Ross. I'm using all of mine. I've got issues. Yeah, you're not alone, Claudette. I've got issues too. Are we talking about FPL or just in general life? Anyway, I've got issues for both. Are you going to transfer out Timber? No. No. Good morning, all. Good morning. Chris, good to see you. Haha, always the teacher. Indeed. I'm going to put you in a timeout. Already did Mateta to Guiu and Stack to Foden. The easiest of transfers. Thinking of going Pope to Kelleher. Yes. Anderson to Soboslai. Yes. Munoz to O'Reilly. Get it done. That seems nice and easy to me, Ben. Yeah, nice transfers, and thank you for the super chat. Good morning, all. Good morning, Nanoraptor. Good to see you. I know you prefer the earlier morning streams, but good to see you still here. Would you bench boost to Bravka, Estev, Potts, Heaven, Timber? I mean, that's 5 players. Oh, I'm assuming you're saying you've got Timber in the team. I wouldn't know. That doesn't look like a bench boost to me. You're heavily reliant on a Burnley clean sheet. Heaven might not even play. In fact, I'd probably say he wouldn't. Potts isn't fantastic. That doesn't look like a great free hit to me. Is it true you make £100,000 per stream? It's closer to £200,000 actually per stream. Yeah, £100,000. Shazam, thank you for being here as always, my friend. Good afternoon, Ross. Hope you are well. I am well. It's currently morning, Shazam. I feel like you've probably been up for a while. I haven't been up for as long as I probably would have. Should have, could have. But thank you for being here. Great content this week on a really complex week for moves. Yeah, it has been difficult, especially to navigate content because teams are so different, right? And everyone has their own unique situation. In defense, I have Timber, Senesi, Van Dijk, Rodon, Richards. Okay, great team. Would you take out Rodon or Senesi for Anderson? So I guess as of right now, you've got a backline of Timber, VVD, and Senesi. I probably wouldn't remove I don't mind. If you've got the money in the bank and no obvious place to use it, Shazam, I don't hate Rodon to Anderson. Like, there are worse transfers. Because, like, longer term, Rodon's okay. But most weeks, you'd probably ideally like to not start him. Like, even this week, he's got a good fixture, but I'm not desperate to start him. So I don't mind Rodon to Anderson. It depends how many of your other free transfers you've used. If you've only got, like, 1 left, I probably wouldn't use that as a move. But if you've got, like, 3 left, then maybe. It was certainly a luxury move, I'd say, Shazam. It's a luxury move, so it's up to you if you want to take that luxury move or not. And thank you as always for the support. You're a legend. 100k would fund a great centre park strip. Yeah, it would. Absolutely. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. 100k per stream. I feel like even like speed doesn't make that. 69th like, yeah boy. yeah, please like the stream. Absolutely. If you're early in here right now, there are 1,200 people here, which is awesome, but only 71 people have liked it, which is sad. I mean, very happy about the amount of people here, but very sad about the amount of likes. Happy, sad. Good morning. Good morning. Similar transfers to Ben. Very nice. Very nice. Rice or Soboslai in for Yankuba Minte. Okay, let me get into the crux of stuff. I want all of your attention. If you have me on in the background right now, I want you to turn your head, look at my face, and pay attention. Because I need to go through my transfer plans. So, Iliman, the skilly man. I'm very sad I'm losing him, but he's going to be leaving, and I want Cunha. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you don't think he's good. I want Cunha, and it's about owning players that you want. So if I want to buy Cunha there, I can just simply downgrade Pope to Kelleher or Verbruggen and leave it there. But I also kind of want Soboslai or Rice. So what I'm debating with right now is, firstly, do I get Soboslai or Rice in for Enzo? If I go Soboslai, he's obviously on 4 yellow cards, but he should be on penalties because it sounds like Salah won't be starting, Isak might not be fit. So if I put Soboslai in that spot there, I can go for Kelleher or Verbruggen here. I actually think I'm leaning right now to Verbruggen because he rotates really nicely with Dubravka in the fixtures that you want, and when you don't want him, you can play Dubravka instead. So that would just be 3 moves to do Pope to Verbruggen, Enzo to Soboslai, Iliman Ndiaye to Cunha. Now, if I want Declan Rice instead of Soboslai, let me put Rice in here. If I want Declan Rice in, I have to then also downgrade Senesi to Vandenberg. So, it's still 2 transfers the same for Verbruggen and Cunha in, but it's basically, I suppose, Soboslai and Senesi and 1 free transfer, or Vandenberg and Rice and no free transfers. I obviously don't, and someone just asked, do you think Rice will start? I don't know, and this is the concern, I suppose, of bringing him in. Like, if he's been ill and they're playing Wolves at home, even if he starts, how many minutes does he get? And I quite like that Soboslai is probably going to be on penalties against Brighton, because Salah probably won't start, and Isak's probably not going to be on the pitch, at least not on the pitch for the full game. So that is the other set of moves that I can make, is Pope to Verbruggen, Senesi to Vandenberg, Enzo to Rice, and Ndiaye to Cunha. Now, the issue with this is I've already used 1 free transfer. So this would be all 5 used, which again, I don't think isn't the end of the world, but it means going into next week, I only have 1 free transfer. So I think right now, I am leaning towards the Soboslai option, which means my defense is a little bit weaker this week because I just keep Senesi. But it also means that I have 2 free transfers next week. And then next week against Burnley at home, and even Brentford away, I'm okay having Senesi for these 2 fixtures here. Dango is going to AFCON. So many people are buying Dango this week. I know he's going to be fine for this week. Maybe it's a 1-week punt. I don't know if people just don't realise that Dango is African or plays for a team that are going to AFCON. But yeah, Dango Ouattara is going to AFCON. So I absolutely would not buy Dango Ouattara. And unfortunately, Sharda is suspended. Because otherwise I would have said Sharda was a fine pick. But Sharda's suspended. Dango's off to AFCON. I think you have to wait a week if you want a Brentford attacker. Unless you go for like a Damsgaard, I suppose wouldn't be the end of the world. As a pick if you want to target that fixture. Bench boost with Dubravka, Van de Ven, Ronaldo, and Guiu. I don't love a bench boost with Guiu. I just don't think he gets significant minutes, to be honest. Ronaldo is okay. Van de Ven. I mean, it's not a great bench boost. I probably wouldn't know. I don't know what week would look better. I suppose if you're not going to use transfers on your bench, then that's probably about as good as it will get. Doesn't feel great, though. Hayden says, please help, 130 points behind. Okay, got your team. 2 free transfers, 0.7 in the bank. I mean, your team's fine. I would leave it. I'd leave it where you are because, like, your team's already good. You've already got Dubravka, Dewsbury Hall, Senesi on the bench, who are good options. And I don't think that you want to keep using transfers, especially when you've got like Saka, Foden, you've got Thiago, Hincapié, Raya, Vandenberg. Like, that's a good team. I think you just leave it where it is. And then going into future weeks, you can decide if you want to be a little bit more aggressive. The only thing I could think of, if you wanted to get really aggressive with it, is maybe doing Tavernier to Wilson to target the next 3 fixtures. That's the only thing that I could think of that wouldn't be a bad use of that, one of your extra 2 free transfers. Thomas says, good morning, Ross. Hope you are well. I'm doing well, thank you. Having a terrible season, okay? Time to captain Eze after he got me 115 rank a few seasons ago. I don't mind it. Like, I think Eze will start. Do I know that? No. Do I think he'll get subbed early? Probably. But in 60, 70 mins, he can still do a lot of damage. So yeah, I don't mind as a captain at all. And good luck to you. Hopefully it turns your season around. Start Elliot Anderson or João Pedro. I feel João Pedro is a bigger risk. Yeah, I would start Elliot Anderson. He's probably starting on 4 points. Could get you a little bit more playing at home. And João Pedro, as you say, is a bit of a risk. Like, not only with starts, but also early sub. So I would go Elliot Anderson. 1.5 million. One free transfer. Do I upgrade Trufer, Mainu, Wan-Bissaka, or Roll? So I wouldn't sell Trufer. I think he's fine because he's got Burnley next week. Mainu isn't a good FPL pick, so probably. Wan-Bissaka goes to AFCON next week, so probably. I would probably focus your attention on Kobbie Mainu. Just not a good FPL option, I would say. So I think Mainu up to Szoboszlai, if you can afford it. I don't even know what Mainu's price is, but Mainu to Szoboszlai or Rice or Bruno G. Or if you can't afford those, just Wilson or Dewsbury Hall. Like, yeah, I would sell Mainu, basically. I think that's a good transfer. OG Mastaz 6666 says, good morning, Ross. Good morning. Already done Watermada to Thiago and Munoz to White for a differential. Lovely stuff. Yeah, I like that. I think White will start. He'll probably start him right back. Like, that's the thing with Timber, I would say. I wouldn't be buying Timber this week, probably, because I reckon he'll start a centre-back again if he does start. Would you do Gakpo to Cherki and Semenyo to Saka, leaving one free transfer? I'm not sure about Cherki. He's been brilliant, but he's just still not nailed on to start. I think there are other options I prefer to Cherki. And I don't know that I would sell Semenyo, but I would want to get Saka. Could you just do... I guess you can't afford just Gakpo to Saka. I think I prefer like Szoboszlai and other players are, at that price to Cherki personally. But yeah, I like the idea of getting Saka in. I think that makes sense, especially if you're going to captain Saka. Martin says, my team is... Okay, I've got your team, Martin. 3 free transfers remaining. Any ideas on what to do? Okay, don't touch your defence. That looks great. In fact, that defence looks brilliant. Midfield, Bruno, Foden, Semenyo, Saka. Oh, Martin, what a team. Martin, that's a fantastic team. Leave it. Absolutely leave it. There's no transfer there which screams required to make. Yeah, I would leave it. Have 4 free transfers next week, Martin. Great team. João Pedro, Stack, and Bermo Senesi to Guiu, Wilson, Saka, Anderson. It's a lot of downgrades, I suppose. Well, not a lot, but a few downgrades to get to Saka. I think it's worth it, though. And Bermo, I think you're going to lose next week anyway. João Pedro, I'm fine selling. Senesi to Anderson is actually an okay move. Yeah, I like those moves, Ariel Lavender. I would make them. Dan M says, hi, Ross. You used 2 free transfers doing Enzo to Rice, okay? You're doing Enzo to Rice and either in Bermo to Saka and Raya to Kelleher. Okay. Or Mbermo to Bruno G and Miley to Wilson. Thoughts? Would start Welbeck with option 1. Enzo to Rice and either Mbermo to Saka and Raya to Kelleher. And I see. Okay. I think I would like to get Saka in this week, Dan. Like, I think this is a nice week to bring a Saka, especially if you'd captain him. So I think if you'd captain him, I'd go with the option where you're buying Saka. If not, I do quite like the Bruno G and Wilson moves. Like, they're both really good players to buy this week. So I don't mind option 2, but I would probably go for the Mbermo to Saka move instead. Palmer or Haaland on free hit thoughts? If it's one or the other, still Haaland. I would like to get Palmer on a free hit for a bit of fun, but I still don't think he's guaranteed to start. He's not guaranteed to get more than like 50, 55 minutes. So I would only get Palmer if it's not sacrificing anywhere else. Soupy, thank you for the super chat. Says, good morning, mate. Love the content. Thank you very much. Okay, I've got your team. You've got 1 free transfer left, and I'm mental for 3 Fulham. So who are your 3 Fulham? Rowell, Wilson, and Anderson. That looks great. Almost looks like a free hit, right? For the next 3 weeks, that's great. Just bear in mind that after that, so from sort of Crystal Palace onwards, you probably don't want your Fulham players. But for Burnley, Forest, and West Ham, having triple Fulham is great. That's a really nice team. Yeah, there's no need to use that extra transfer as well. Like, your team's set up incredibly well. Like I say, that borderline looks like a free hit. So yeah, leave the 1 free transfer. It will mean you'll have 2 free transfers next week, and I think you can attack from there on. Tobias, free hit and 1 million rank. Okay, I've got you free hit. Leno, Hincapié, Chalobah, MLS, Shaw, 1 on the bench. Yeah, probably Shaw. Verts, Bruno, Saka, Neto, Dango, Haaland, Ekatike. What do you think? Love it. I don't know if Neto would have been my first choice or Chalobah, but maybe you're a Chelsea fan or maybe you just back them to do well in a home fixture. But I like the Ekatike and Verts punts. I think they're great. I like Hincapié, Leno, Lewis Skelly. Yeah, it's a really nice team. Yeah, I can't criticize that massively. Is there anyone I would definitely add? I mean, I guess Thiago's the one that feels like he's missing, but you've got Dango in there to sort of cover their attack a little bit. I think it's a really nice team, yeah. No major criticisms there. Start three of Timber, O'Reilly, Giyu, and Chow. Oh, that's okay. I would probably bench Gay there. Timber, O'Reilly, Gay, Chow. I'd bench Gay. Paul Clapperton, thank you for the super chat as always, my friend. That's very generous of you. Says, good morning, Ross. Good morning. We are just about still in the morning. 3 free transfers left. Option 1, Senesi to Van Hecker. Fine. Enzo to Soboslai. Yeah. And Njai to Cunha. I'm going to be very biased already because I'm looking at something similar. Option 2, Senesi to Vandenberg. Enzo to Soboslai. And Njai to Rice. Or option 3, Senesi to Mukiele. Enzo to Rice. And Njai to Cunha. I don't like option 3 as much because I just think Mukiele's he's fine, but I would much rather Vandenberg or Van Hecker. So I would go 1 or 2. So it's basically, do you want Rice or do you want Cunha? I think only you can make that decision, Paul, but I will eliminate option 3 in my opinion, and I would go for 1 or 2. I think probably on paper, Rice and Soboslai are better than Cunha right now. I just love Cunha and I want to buy Cunha. So that's why I'm leaning this way at the moment. It depends how much you like Cunha and how much you want Cunha. I would probably go for the Rice and Vandenberg move, objectively, but I am not going to be doing that. I'm going to be going to get Mateus Cunha. So I don't want to sound like a hypocrite when you see me do the opposite. But thank you for the super chat. Ariel says 2.8 million rank. Thinking about triple captain Saka or Haaland. Game week 17. Game week 17 Saka. No. If you're chasing rank a bit, I would go Bruno Fernandes in 19 against Wolves at home. He's just scored 18 points against Wolves. He's shown he can do it. I'm not saying he will repeat that exactly, but I would be very, very much considering the Wolves at home game for Bruno. Erfank says, Captain Eze or Haaland? Did Mbermo to Eze, Munoz to Hincapié, Reinders to Wilson? Don't know to do either Mateta to Giyu or Bruno G to Soboslai. I wouldn't do either of those. I think Eze is a fine captaincy shout, but for me, if I didn't have Saka, I would just go Bruno or Haaland, personally. So if you want to take the risk, go for it. I would captain Haaland in your boots, though, and I wouldn't make the extra move. Devay says, start Minte or Mukiele. Minte for me, or sell Minte to Soboslai. I don't mind that. Yeah, if your team looks really well set up after that transfer, because that's your 4th free transfer, so if your team after that looks great, do it. If after that you still have issues, then just don't bother. But yeah, I really like the Minte to Soboslai move. Is Alderete worth holding on to, or should I get Van Hecker? This week, just keep Alderete. Van Hecker's not very good for this week, so. Jordan says, 0 in the bank. Burning feels silly. Thoughts? Okay, so you're burning as things stand. Lamans, Dubravka, Timber, Anderson, Gay, Alderete, Gay, Richards. You've got double Gay in there. That's fine. Saka, Bruno, Cunha, Foden, Dewsbury Hall, Haaland, Walter Marder, Thiago. It's a great team. I suppose if you're thinking about burning, what could you do that would be fun? I would take out one of Gay or Richards. I don't think you need double Palace defence for their fixture run right now. So Gay or Richards out to Vandenberg or something like that. What else could you do? Is Lamans great? I mean, with the fixture coming up, I probably won't remove him. Dewsbury Hall to Wilson and then go back again. But you've got no money in the bank, so you can't afford Dewsbury Hall to Wilson. Walter Marder to Raul Jimenez. I mean, there are some fun punts you can have. But I think the thing that stands out to me there is removing one of Gay or Richards and going for another cheap defender. Minte and Semenyo to Bruno and Dewsbury Hall. 3 free transfers, free hit next week. Yeah, if you're free hitting next week, I don't mind buying Dewsbury Hall this week. And it means you can have Semenyo for Burnley anyway. And it means you can have Minte for his good fixture against, I think, Sunderland at home. Yeah, I think in your unique position, that's a really nice set of transfers. Cherki and Haaland or Palmer and Ekatike? I assume this is on a free hit. I think Cherki and Haaland just. I like Ekatike, though. I would want Haaland, so I'll say Cherki and Haaland. But Palmer and Ekatike is very differential and has quite a high ceiling. So if you're chasing a little bit Magnus, maybe go for that option. Manwinos says, thank you for being a member for 16 months, firstly. Hi, Ross. For this week only, Eze and James. Nice. Or Cunha, Soboslai and Hincapié. or Rice and VVD. On wildcards, we'll have 5 free transfers next week. I would go Cunha/Soboslai and Hincapié. Cunha versus Soboslai is interesting. I'd probably go Sobo and save the money. So Soboslai and Hincapié would be the combo that I would go for there. Would you not do Njaya to Rice and Enzo to Cunha? Yeah, I spoke about this, so I can do it. But I have to make 2 other transfers. And I'm still tempted to do it, by the way. So if I go Cunha in here, and then if I go Rice in here, all I have to do then is Senesi down to Vandenberg as well. I can't believe I haven't been priced out of this throughout the week. Like, I thought of this set of moves like 3 days ago, and the price changes just haven't hurt me. And then I would just have to go Verbruggen in here. That gives me 0 in the bank. Like, I've been able to afford this for a few days. I keep thinking I'm going to get priced out, and I just haven't. So that is an option there. But it's all 4 free transfers used. Like I say, instead, I could just keep Senesi. Oh, sorry, restore. And I could just go for Soboslai instead. Do you know what? Let me try and run a poll. I don't know how I'm going to word this poll, but I'm going to try it. Which option do you prefer? So it's Senesi plus Soboslai plus 1 extra free transfer, or Vandenberg plus Rice. Is that's the difference, isn't it? Okay, which option do you prefer? Senesi and Soboslai and 1 extra free transfer, or Vandenberg and Rice? I've just put a poll in the chat. So to confirm, if I go Soboslai rather than Rice, I don't have to sell Senesi, which means I have 1 extra free transfer, but I have Senesi. Or it's Vandenberg and Rice and no extra free transfer. So I just have 1 free transfer next week, basically. I think it's pretty close. Like, if you promised me that Rice played 90 minutes this week, I would probably lean that way, but I just don't think you have that promise, whereas Soboslai you do. And also, Soboslai should be on penalties. Like, Soboslai in the absence of Salah and Isak. Interesting option. Yep, Soboslai is on 4 yellow cards. Absolutely something to consider. I mean, best case scenario, probably for me, when I look at my team, is that Soboslai would get suspended for next week. So Soboslai picking up a yellow card today would be good, because Senesi's got Burnley, Timber's got Everton, Anderson has Nottingham Forest at home, Rodon's got Crystal Palace at home, and then Richards obviously has Leeds away. So all 5 of my defenders next week have a really good fixture, and Soboslai's got Spurs. So I would actually quite like Soboslai to get booked this week if I buy him, which is funny. What you don't want Soboslai to do is get suspended for the Wolves at home game, but it's obviously a possibility. It's absolutely an option that could happen. So you just have to take into account when you make the decision. What I think is absolutely hilarious is, I know the poll's only got at the moment 300 votes, but it's dead on 50-50%. 50% are saying the Soboslai option, and 50% are saying the Rice option. So you can tell it's quite a close decision. Is Senesi fit to play? I honestly don't know the answer to that, which isn't obviously very helpful. What are Burnley like defensively at home? They're probably marginally better, I think, if I remember correctly. So we can do home and away data, home only, and then we can go, we'll just go XGC per appearance. So at home, Burnley concede 1.5 XGC per game, and then away from home, they concede 2.5 XGC per game. So they're still not a good... I want to make it very clear. They're still not a very good defence, like at any point, but they are better at home than they are away. They're still the 3rd worst defence in the league at home. I would only play Dubravka probably against Fulham at home and Everton at home. That would be the plan. Is just play him here and here. Because in those 2 weeks, if I buy Verbruggen... To be honest, I could just go Kelleher, by the way. Like, I could go Kelleher. But Verbruggen, if I can get away with benching against Liverpool and Arsenal, I have Verbruggen for Sunderland at home, West Ham away, Burnley at home. then the fixture run after that's not that bad either. He's got Brentford away, Forest at home, Everton at home, Fulham away. Like, this is a decent run of fixtures here for Bruggen. Like, I think overall, if you take away and even in 21, by the way, Dubravka's got Man United at home. If you take away this fixture here, and this fixture here, that's a really nice fixture run, and I can just play Dubravka in those ones. On the other hand, with Kelleher, you would basically just play every single week, right, over this period. So, I mean, maybe that's the better play, is to just permanently start Kelleher and not worry about a rotation with Dubravka. I don't know. Like, as well, their defensive data is almost identical between Brighton and Brentford. If I just go home and away, and if I can show you their defensive, their non-penalty expected goals conceded this season, Brentford have 17.1, Brighton have 17.4. There's literally 0.3 goals between the Brighton and the Brentford defence. So, like, that is so marginal as to which defence is better. So, I don't know. I'm going back and forth on Verbruggen versus Kelleher. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but getting your goalkeeper right can be. So, it is something to at least consider. Best replacement for Semenyo, and I have 8.7 in the bank. How much is Foden now? 8.7. Foden, if you've not got Foden. Otherwise, just keep Semenyo. I don't think there are many midfielders I desperately want to bring in for Semenyo. I mean, you could go Cunha, Rice, Soboslai, but don't think they're that much better than Semenyo. Minsok Park. Okay, I've got your super chat. Says, transfer out in Burmo this week or next, and for who? Firstly, it's a really nice team. I like it a lot. I think you're very well covered. So if he doesn't play, you get off your bench Mukiele or Tarkowski. You have Foden. You've got Bruno and Saka. I would keep Brian in Burmo. I'd keep him. I think there's a good chance he still plays on Monday, and I don't think there are many midfielders that are that much better for this week. I would keep him one more week, and then next week I'd probably be looking at, Soboslai, Rice, maybe Gordon if he gets good minutes again, could still be a decent option. And then we can assess next week, basically. Bench one of Urian Timber, Dan Burn, or Declan Rice. I think I would bench Dan Burn and just hope that Timber and Rice start. I don't think you can bench Timber or Rice, even with the flags. Morsan says, Mateta to Guiu, Mbeumo to Bruno, Minte to Saka, and Virgil to Van Hecke. I like that a lot. I don't love selling Van Dijk, but the rest of the moves are so nice that if it funds it being able to do that, then I would get it done, yeah. I'm benching Van Hecke this week and in free hit 18. Okay, yeah, I would go for it then. Go for it. Kempi J98, okay, says Munoz to O'Reilly. Like it. Gay to Anderson. I like it. Romero to Mukiele. To fund, I suppose, and then Enzo to Bruno, Mateta to Thiago. I would only do Romero to Mukiele as opposed to like a Vandenberg, Van Hecke, etc. If you have to go that low to a fund. I'm assuming you're going that low because that's what you need to fund getting Enzo to Bruno. But if you can afford to go Mukiele to Vandenberg or Van Hecke, or you've already got Anderson, I would probably go there instead. That's a nice team though. Great transfers, nice team. Khan, thank you for being here as always. My friend says, hi Ross, got lots of issues in my team. I've used 2 to get Foden. Okay, so you've got 3 left, 0.2 in the bank. What would I suggest? Was planning Semenyo to Bruno, but didn't want to do it before Burnley. Problem is multiple price increases for Bruno. Yeah, so you've got 0.2 in the bank and no Bruno. No, and the issue is you've got no real obvious way to get Bruno. Like, because to get from Semenyo to Bruno, you're going to need 1.6 million. So you need to free up another 1.4 million somewhere. The only way I can foresee you doing that is selling Van Dijk. Like, Van Dijk down to Joachim Anderson. See, I don't mind that. Van Dijk to Joachim Anderson, Semenyo to Bruno. I still don't think you need to do that this week, though. I would do it after the Burnley game. I would go without Bruno for a couple more weeks, hope that Semenyo delivers in those 2 games, and I think reassess after that. I think I'd probably leave it with the rest of your transfers. Other things you could do, I suppose you could have a fun punt doing Elliot Anderson to Harry Wilson or something like that. But I think largely, mate, it's still a good team. I don't think you've got that many issues. Other than not owning Bruno Fernandes, I think your team's looking good. And do remember, like before Bruno Fernandes' 18-pointer, no one was caring. I was still getting comments every week that I was too biased towards Bruno. Now all of a sudden everyone wants to buy him, obviously, but if you were happy to go without Bruno before the 18-pointer, I don't think that much should have changed. Remember, one was a penalty, and he's been good for weeks, Bruno. It's just he finally delivered on the point. So yeah, I don't think too much has changed in my perspective of what Bruno is as an asset. Thor, thank you as always for the support, my friend. You've been a member it says for 3 months. I'm sure it's been longer than that. Maybe a Reptier X member for 3 months, but thank you anyway. Family Feud update, 52-55 in my wife's favour. Okay, Bruno and Mbermo provided half of my score, so the things were looking grim. Oh yeah, I remember you saying actually you were going into that final game with like 26 points, weren't you? That's so sad. I bet your wife was buzzing that you were like 26 points going into the final game. Yeah, Man United deliver. It was so nice owning a Man United player that got an 18-pointer when we won the game 4-1. Like that was the dream. It felt so good. I cheered on my player. I cheered on my team. Everything went well. It never normally goes that well for Man United. I'm sure I'll be brought back down to reality this week. I do have a decision to make, I suppose. If I buy Cunha, I could just sell Senesi anyway. Or do I just start Rodon or Richards? I mean, either way, I've got a clash. Like, if I start Senesi, I'm going to have Cunha and Bruno against Senesi. If I start Rodon, I've got Thiago against Rodon. And if I start Richards, I've got Foden and Haaland versus Richards. I'm going to have a clash with my defender anyway. Bench O'Reilly, Chow, Virgil, or Timber. Thanks, Goat. You are welcome as always. Oh, that's actually a really tough one. That's an extremely tough one. Wow, I don't know that I could bench O'Reilly, but I really like Van Dijk. I don't think it's as bad as people say. Chow's got Sunderland. I mean, maybe Sunderland the way you'd expect Sunderland to score. I don't know that I could bench O'Reilly with the way he's playing. Like, I think I'm quite low down on my bench graphic, but thinking about it, I would probably bench Chow or Van Dijk. Maybe lean Chow, because I could see that being a little bit scrappy there. Maybe Sunderland nicking a goal. I think I've got it, yeah, it's Newcastle 2, Sunderland 1. So maybe Chow's the one to bench. Yeah, maybe O'Reilly, Timber, and Verge to start. Pack the Hammer says, hi Ross, went early on a mini wildcard, gained massive team value. Yeah, it was worth it as long as you didn't pick up issues, I suppose. Dubravka, Mateus Nunes, Timber, Bruno G, Soboslai, Bruno F, Foden, Saka, Thiago, Haaland. Lovely team. Great midfield. Yeah, fantastic midfield. It looks brilliant. Like, yeah, it was worth the mini wildcard. Absolutely. Great team. Which one to field? Burn, O'Reilly, or Livramento? O'Reilly, probably. The man's data that he's putting up is brilliant. His minutes have been exceptional. I don't think Palace will create too many chances in a game like this. So, yeah, probably O'Reilly. Milenkovic, Anderson, Timber, Richards, Eze, McGinn, Soboslai, Foden, Kudus, Thiago, Haaland, Krupi. 1.8 in the bank, 0 transfers. Any clear gaps? I wouldn't say any clear gaps. Maybe. Saka and Bruno is the clear gaps. Where's all of your... You've got 1.8 in the bank. I was going to say, where's all the money? Because the starting 11 and team doesn't look that expensive. But yeah, I guess if you've got 1.8 in the bank. I would say having Kudus and McGinn is probably your gaps. Like, I think, yeah, Rice, Cunha, Bruno, Saka, these are all better players than those. So I would say definitely next week, I would focus on McGinn and Kudus as 2 players that you could definitely improve and upgrade. But you never know, like, in a single week, Kudus got a pen as well, obviously, in Europe. You could definitely get some returns from them. Very nice. Timbo Slice has used all 5 free transfers. You're not alone. Senesi, Munoz, Enzo, Njai, Mateta. Okay, easy transfers out, a lot of those. To Hincapié, Anderson, Palmer, Thiago. Fine moves? Yeah, I really like those moves. Yeah, I like them a lot. I also think you could potentially move Anderson to Dewsbury Hall in a few weeks as well. Also, start Joachim Anderson or O'Reilly. I don't think I could bench Joachim Anderson against Burnley, but I really like O'Reilly. I would have Anderson ahead of O'Reilly, probably. Munoz to Van Dijk or O'Reilly? I'd probably buy O'Reilly this week ahead of Van Dijk, just about, especially with the saved money that you'll have. If money is no issue, I think it's pretty close, but I would go O'Reilly, Derek. Hi, Ross. What do you think about this free hit 11? Raya, O'Reilly, Cash, Hincapié, Foden, Bruno F, Saka, Dango, Thiago, Watkins, Haaland. Yeah, I like it. The Watkins punt is pretty fun. Matty Cash, I don't mind for a game like this. Got double Arsenal defence. Dango, really nice team. Yeah, very nice. Bench Jimenez, Thiago, or Soboslai. Oh, wow. Jimenez, Thiago, or Soboslai? Probably Soboslai. I don't think I could bench Jimenez or Thiago. Yeah, probably Soboslai. Prioritize Enzo or Minte out to get Bruno F in. Oh, Enzo. I'd sell in. The thing is, this week, Enzo is probably better. But like longer term, Minte's a fine keep. Like next week, I'd be very happy to have him. So I would probably prioritize Enzo out. Transfer in Van Dijk, O'Reilly, or Hincapié. Cheers. I think O'Reilly, then Hincapié, then Van Dijk. Haven't heard you talk much about Harvey Barnes. Is it just because of his rotation with Gordon? Yeah, it's just minutes. Like, because there's absolutely a world where they start Walter-Marda, Gordon, and Murphy, or Alanga. There's also a world where they try and get Wissa and Walter-Marda in a team, in which case they might not even play with wingers. They could play like a narrow formation. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, they've got the setup and the players for it. Like, you can imagine, like, I don't know, like Lewis Miley, Joe Linton, Tonali when fit, who have I forgot there? Bruno G, and then a front two of Wissa and Walter-Marda. Like, I don't know, they just have lots of options in their attack. Even Alanga's not bad in the 10 role. I just don't think that Barnes is ever guaranteed to start. So that would be my only concern with him. And to be honest, also Gordon. That was one of the reasons that I've been put off Gordon. Like, if you told me Gordon gets 90 minutes every week, I would arguably go Gordon ahead of Cunha, Rice, but his minutes are an issue. Yeah, also Jacob Ramsey. Yeah, another player that I almost forgot existed because he's just not getting the minutes. Triple captain Wenros. 17 for Haaland looks obvious. Otherwise, it will be Bruno in 19 against Wolves at home. Fancy Doku on free hit. Yeah, fair. He could definitely terrorise Klein at right back, you can imagine, or right wing back. Start Rice and Timber, so worried on Mins. Is this the right bench order? Okay. Minte, Senesi, Richards. I think you've got that spot on, Shazam. Yeah. Yeah, Minte's got the upside. Liverpool don't defend well. Senesi's a bit of a doubt, and you'd expect him to concede. And Richards has one of the harder fixtures in the league against City. So I think you've got that spot on, Shazam, yeah. And thank you again for the very generous super chat. When is the best time to bench boost? I'm going to be really patronising and say when your bench looks good. It's so team dependent. Whenever, like, all I would do, like, you can do it on Fantasy Football Hub or whatever site you want. I'm not going to force you to do it on Hub, don't worry. But I will show you how I would do it. Is I would go over to my team, pick and rating. I would then go each week. That's what my bench looks like this week. Oh, okay. What does it look like in 17? Okay. Is it like an 18? Yep, fine. Is it like a 19? And I'd make a decision from there. I will say, given that a lot of people have Dubravka in their team, you're probably looking at this week because Dubravka's got Fulham, or you're looking in 18 because Dubravka's got Everton. So, I mean, it's not only down to Dubravka, but I would obviously want my backup goalkeeper on my bench to have a decent fixture. Why Rodon ahead of Richards, Ross? I don't think either keep a clean sheet. In fact, we can actually have a look at the Rob T graphic. Leeds have a 21% chance. Palace have a 17% chance. So yeah, do you know what? There's not as much in that as I thought. Maybe that is one to consider. I just don't see Palace keeping a clean sheet. I could see that being a boring 0-0 against Brentford, for example. But yeah, Richards is better for DEFCON. Something to think about. Yeah, maybe Richards ahead of Rodon then. I don't know. What to do with Palmer? Start or bench? If you've got Palmer in your team, you have to start Palmer. Absolutely. Like, there's no point. But if you're benching Palmer, just sell him at this stage. Like, he's got Everton at home after a week's rest. If you can't trust him to start that, then you start him. I think he'll start for what it's worth. I wouldn't buy Palmer, though. Wouldn't buy Palmer in a million years. On a free hit, I would be tempted to include him for sure. My back is killing me. Who scores for Brighton in your prediction? We for brace. Oh, it's one goal, isn't it? We for one goal. Yeah, I don't know if Brighton score. It's just like Liverpool do find a way to concede in every game. Start Elliot Anderson or Welbeck? Probably Elliot Anderson. Would you start Timber on a free hit? I think on a free hit, I would just go Hincapié and Lewis Skelly. I think, or White. Maybe Hincapié and White, or White and Lewis Skelly.
Have you eaten?
Yeah. I ate a little bit. Sorry, I asked Pickle to get me some painkillers. Thank you.
Ibuprofen, just to be exact.
Yes, ibuprofen. My back is hurting, and I've got a lot of streamer. Thank you. Love you. Triple captain Saka. I don't mind it. I've not got the triple captain active, no. But am I considering it? There's probably like a 10% chance I decide to on this stream. But yeah, I think as of right now, probably not. I think I'm going to lean towards triple captain Haaland. And like I say, if for some reason throughout the week I'm put off, I am eyeing up Bruno against Wolves at home in 19. Do you reckon Salah takes the pen if he starts with Szoboszlai? Oh, if Salah's on the pitch, Salah takes the pen. It might be his final ever home game for Liverpool, potentially. So yes, I think he would take the pen. But I don't think Salah starts. I think he'll come on. And obviously if they get a pen towards the end of the game, then I think Salah takes it. But I do think that it's likely that Isak and Salah are on the bench. So I think you get at least a bit of time with Szoboszlai as the main penalty taker. That's not the only reason to pick him, though. Don't just pick him because he's on pens, possibly. Ant says, Enzo and Njaya to get Rice, Szoboszlai. Yeah, I like it. Something that I've considered. I think Rice and Szoboszlai are really nice replacements for Enzo and Njaya. Okay, Dennis, I've got your 11. Raya, Gay, Senesi, Chalobah, Rice, Mbermo, Dewsbury Hall, Semenyo, Welbeck, Haaland, Thiago. Bench. Bad thinking. Achempong to Anderson. Munoz to Van Hecke. Mbermo to Bruno. Gakpo to Foden. Welbeck to Rao. And Saka for a -4. Wait, who are you selling to get Saka, though? I'm confused. Probably Semenyo, I guess? So you're selling a Chempong to Anderson, Munoz to Van Hecke, and Burma to Bruno, Gakpo to Foden, Welbeck and Rao. Yeah, do you know what? I quite like that. I don't know about using 6 transfers, but I get it. I guess, yeah, you haven't said who you're selling Semenyo. Sorry, selling Saka for, but I assume it's Semenyo. Unless you're captaining Saka, I don't know that you need the hit. If you're going to captain Saka anyway, maybe just do the hit as well. Like, the players that you're buying there are brilliant. It sorts out your team. I don't mind that at all, Dennis. Yeah, I really don't mind that. Why triple captain Bruno 19 over Saka this week? Mins. Main reason would be minutes. Also, Fernandes is very good at football as well. You know, I don't think Saka is that much more of an explosive option. Like, if you look at Saka's returns this season, how many times has he hit 10 plus? He hit 12 once. Right? Fernandes has got his 18, 11, 10, 10. So, and Fernandes has hit double digits 4 times. Like, I don't necessarily, I'm not sitting here necessarily and saying that Bruno is a better FPO asset than Saka. I guess what I am saying is that I don't think there's that much in it. So if the minutes are projected to be higher for Bruno, I think Bruno is arguably a better triple captain in 19 than Saka is this week. With pens, I see Szoboszlai as a mini Bruno. Without pens, I would rather go somewhere else. Well, remember that Salah's going off to AFCON, so he will be at least second choice penalty taker Szoboszlai. And Isak just isn't fit enough to play every minute. So even if Isak is fit enough to start, you'll get 30 minutes, 20 minutes at the end of games when Isak has to come off, where Szoboszlai is. And there will be games when Ekatike starts with Wirtz off the left and someone else off the right, and Isak doesn't start. So I don't think you'll get 90 minutes every game of Szoboszlai on penalties. But I do think if you're lucky and they get the penalty at the right time, he could take it. And he's also got a very good penalty record, Szoboszlai. So he's not even a player where you don't want him to get the pen because you're worried he'll miss it. Like, you would imagine, hopefully, that he'll score it. Szoboszlai's 4 yellow cards are putting me off. Yeah, I get that, absolutely. Like, I am normally quite put off. And it is the one thing. Like, if Szoboszlai didn't have 4 yellows, easy transfer. I would do it now. That's the only thing that sort of does worry me a bit. Because if he misses the Wolves at home game, that's really the fixture you wanted him for. Not that he's a bad asset if he misses that one game, but that's the banker fixture. That's the one you really want to have him for. Would you do Anderson to Saka, Rice, or Szoboszlai? Saka, if you can afford Anderson to Saka, get that done. Can I start Raul Jimenez? Yeah, go, of course. Great option. Is Rice playing? I don't know, but I would expect so, yes. My prediction is that Declan Rice will play. Made some moves early, now considering free hit, but it would cost me 0.7 in price changes. Why are you considering the free hit? Like, what is it that's making you consider it? If you're just doing it because you want a slightly better team, I would probably just bank the price changes and free hit next week or 18. Gay or O'Reilly, start and bench? I would definitely start O'Reilly there out of those two. Is Saka essential? No. Saka's been a bit underwhelming, in all fairness. 4, 6, 5, 4, 12, 3, 3, 7, 8, 2, 1. It's not that great. I've gone Soberslai. Please give me some confirmation bias, Frost. Well, my confirmation bias is that at the moment, if the deadline was now, I'd buy Soberslai. So I am leaning towards the Soberslai option right now. But I haven't made the move yet because I just want to give myself the full time to have a little bit of a think about it. Dennis says, Saka would be for Rice/Semenyo just because everyone has him. Well, I definitely wouldn't do Rice to Saka. I don't mind Semenyo to Saka. Is it worth going for Bruno instead of Mbeumo, though? I think so. If you've got the money and the ability to do so, I think so. I've got 1.8 million in the bank if I do the first 5. Wait, if you've got 1.8 million in the bank, then you couldn't sell Semenyo to Saka. Unless my maths is off. Yeah, if you do the first 5 moves, you can't sell Semenyo for Saka. In fact, so I suppose you could do Mbeumo to Saka then instead of Mbeumo to Bruno, but then you're probably going to want Bruno anyway. I don't think you can do the -4, Dennis, unless I'm very confused. Omkar says, okay, I've got your team. Not sure what transfers to do or if it is even required. Well, I don't know how many transfers you have or how much money in the bank you have, but in terms of what you could do, I think Yankuba Minte to Dewsbury Hall or Wilson. You got 1.7 in the bank. Okay. So yeah, Minte to... In fact, you could afford Minte to like Soberslai. Or you could afford Minte to a Wilson. I think that's a fine punt. Other moves you could do, maybe Senesi to... You got triple Arsenal. Senesi to O'Reilly. Something like that could be nice. I wouldn't make more than 1 or 2 moves though, because as you say, mate, your team's looking very good. Like that's a very good position to be in. Hatik says, hey Ross, used 5 free transfers, okay. Got in Bruno, Foden, Raul, KDH, and Thiago. Very nice. Start Burn or Van Hecker. Burn. Start Minte or KDH. Ooh. Minte. Bench order for KDH, Van Hecker, and Rodon. KDH, Rodon, Van Hecker. Yeah, hope that helps the tick. How much in the bank? How much in the bank do I have? As of right now, I've got 1 million in the bank. If I make the 2 moves that I've listed in the poll, I will have basically 0 in the bank or 0.1 in the bank. Any update on AFCON? Every single player other than the Man United players are confirmed to leave after GW16. Man United players, we haven't heard anything. So I would imagine it would be pretty unfair if everyone's allowed to keep their players for GW16 other than Man United. So I think they'll find a way, especially with Cameroon, to just at least keep Brian Mbeumo. Would be my prediction. I really don't see the hype over Soberslai. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he should be hyped. I do think he's a really solid option, and as of right now, I'm going to buy him. But I would agree that there shouldn't be hype around him, for sure. It's like, but I don't think you expect or want... Well, there's not going to be a player, I don't think, at like 6.5 million where they are like so good. Because if they were, then everyone would own them. There's always going to be something slightly wrong, whether it be 4 yellow cards or slightly lower goal threat, or they could do this, they could do that. Like, there's always something about a player. You know? But yeah, Soberslai... The thing is, Soberslai as the 10 is very different to Soberslai as a right back. So, like, if we think we continue to see Soberslai in an advanced role, which looks likely right now, it looks like Slot is realising that Soberslai is probably their best attacker, then he needs to keep playing Soberslai in an advanced role. So whether that's off the right, whether that's as the 10 or as the 8, depending if they play a diamond or a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3, Either way, as long as he's further up the pitch, I think his data will start to look a bit better. Could be on pens. Takes a lot of set pieces as well. Decent for DEFCON wherever he plays. I think he's fine. But yeah, I don't think Soboslai's like a game breaker by any means. Venkatesh says, enjoy Reinders, Senesi, Semenyo, Mateta. Okay, yeah, I'd be happy to sell all of those, really. To Bruno, Foden, Anderson, KDH, and Giyu. I'm using all 5 free transfers, but if there were 1 or 2, I could hold. So is there any you don't need to do here? Well, I guess you don't really, unless you need the money. I don't think you need to do Senesi to Anderson. But the rest of them are great. I would just do all of them, in all fairness, mate. I don't think it matters using all 5 when there's such big upgrades to your team. And after those 5, unless stuff goes horribly wrong for you, you should be able to roll for a little bit as well. I have João Pedro, move to Parma/Enzo or hold. I mean, if I had João Pedro, I would sell João Pedro, but not to move to Parma or Enzo. I would just get rid of all your Chelsea assets. The fixtures aren't necessarily there. The consistency isn't particularly there either. I would just sell João Pedro, but I wouldn't move to Parma or Enzo. Unless you're a Chelsea fan and you really want Chelsea. Taylor has become a Rap Tier 1 member. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. FlyTSJ says, hi Ross, hope you are well. I am well, thank you. I hope you are too. On a free transfer this week, do you prefer Wirtz/Gyökeres or Saka/Ekitike? Wirtz, Gyökeres or Saka/Ekitike? Oh, Saka/Ekitike is so much better for me. Have double Arsenal defence and want a Liverpool attacker. Yeah, Saka/Ekitike looks 10 times better in my opinion. Cue the Wirtz and Gyökeres halls, but yeah, for me on paper. Chris says 2 free transfers left. Is it worth doing Munoz to Vandenberg to do Minte/Anderson to Soboslai? Would mean I could also bench the one I don't sell. Yeah, maybe Munoz to Vandenberg, sell Minte to Soboslai and bench Anderson. I don't mind that at all. Just bear in mind though, I can't see your team and I can't see your future plans. So if you're thinking you might need free transfers in the future and your team still doesn't look quite perfect, then maybe. Why is Thiago not a captaincy option this week, Leeds at home? I just don't really fancy it. I do think, he had 6 penalties this season, Thiago. I think half of his goals have been penalties. I do think we've inflated how good of an option Thiago is based on the pens, of which he's not going to continue getting at this rate. Because if he did, then he's going to end up scoring 15 to 20 penalties this season, which just is impossible. So I'm not saying ignore the penalties, but I think if you even halved the amount of penalties he had, I don't think there would be such a clamour to get him in. I think he had 2 or 3 13 pointers, and all of them have been at least 1 penalty in those games. So the penalties are inflating a little bit. And I think without having confirmation that he's going to get a pen, I'm not sure. Having to make 6 transfers as the squad is looking horrible. Need a Pope replacement, 4.9 million to spend. Yeah, I think it's Verbruggen or Kelleher. Verbruggen rotates really nicely with Dubravka. Kelleher is just a permanent option to play. What do you think about Mason Mount? He will be nailed. I'll be very careful. I don't think Mason Mount will start every single game. But yeah, his minutes will be a lot better. I think he's played really well recently. My issue with Mason Mount is exactly where is he playing? Because obviously, if Cunha's as the 9, we'll see Mason Mount off the left. It's the left 10. He's very good there. If we see Xerxes as the 9 and eventually Sesko, then Mason Mount can't play off the left because Cunha will be there. In which cases, he may be pushed out to the right. But we've not really seen too much of Mason Mount as the right 10. So I think Mount's good. I think he'll get very good minutes. I don't know if he would be up there as one of my first choice FPL options, though. Is Senesi playing this week? No idea. That's the truth. No idea. I'm probably going to end up starting him and hoping he does, though. Hi, Ross. My plan was to get Timber, but not really now. Yes. Yeah, don't get Timber now. Thoughts on Munoz to Hincapié? Very nice. Or just play Richards and assess Timber news next week. Munoz to Hincapié. With 4 free transfers, I'd absolutely do that. Yeah, just get that done. Nice and easy, mate. And thank you for being a member for 20 months. I appreciate that a lot. Dennis, you're back again. Right, I've got your team. Looks good, or would you change anything? 2nd in my league, chasing first. Love you always. And I love you, Dennis. Thank you for the support. Right, let's see. Is there anything else we need to look at with this team? No, it looks really strong. I love the fact you've got Raul Jimenez. It's really nice. Semenyo, I think, is a fine hold. Should do well for the next couple. Thiago's good. Yeah, really good team. Think you've got the bench order right. Team looks good. Hopefully, my friend, you can chase down number 1. That's the goal. Triple captain Saka, Ross. Really good option. No issues. I will not put you off of it. I have just about lent away from it. I think I'm going to go Haaland next week. And if not, I'll go Bruno in 19. But I really don't think Saka's a bad triple captain this week. And in fact, I hope he does well because I'm captaining him. So I really hope the triple captainers do well. 4.4 million to 3.3 million. Brilliant. I'm glad you got the... Still not a great season, of course, but I'm glad you got the green arrow. Absolute stinker of a season. Sold Haaland, and my new midfield is Palmer, Saka, Foden, Bruno, Semenyo. Wow. What a midfield. Saka triple captain this week or Bruno triple captain 19. Trust your gut feeling on that. If you're hesitant this week, which is kind of how I was feeling, just don't do it. Because you've got 2 great opportunities coming up. Or I suppose you don't have Haaland. So you've got the great opportunity for Bruno coming up. If you're not feeling it this week, just don't do it. If you are kind of feeling like, I'm going to go for it. Sold Haaland, got a nice new midfield, want to get spicy with it, then yeah, absolutely fine. I am just about leaning towards Bruno over Saka, though, in terms of triple captain. Anyway, free hit game week 17 is fixed. Very nice. I think it's a nice week for the free hit. Thanks for the vids. You are welcome. Thank you for the support, Bramjot. Hi, Rush. Used my last transfer for Walter Marder to Raul. Yeah, I like Raul Jimenez a lot. I think Walter Marder's fine, but he's not a game breaker, and I think Raul Jimenez could do really well. Do you think Dorgu is nailed for AFCON as a 4.1 punt? He's 4.1 million now, Dorgu. Still no. He's still not guaranteed to start, honestly. We could see any number of players playing those wing-back roles, but definitely his minutes will shoot up. Because I think... Yeah, I can't think of anyone else other than Dallo who can really play right wing-back for us. At least to a decent level. In which case, it frees up the left wing-back role. Now, you could see a number of players play there. I wouldn't be surprised if you do see someone like Mason Mount fill in there. You can obviously play Luke Shaw there, but he's much better at left centre-back at the moment. You've got Lissandro Martinez back, so maybe, and Heaven, so maybe Martins and Heaven as a left centre-back. I guess Luke Shaw as a left wing-back. Am I missing anyone? Don't think so. So Dorgu's minutes will shoot up. But Amorim has made it very clear he doesn't like Dorgu. He literally said that he gets anxiety when Dorgu... If you've not seen that press conference quote, he said he gets anxiety when Dorgu has the ball. It's not a good sign from your manager. So I don't think Dorgu's a punt, no. Mazraoui. Yeah, but Mazraoui's going to AFCON as well. Mazraoui and Ahmad have both gone to AFCON. So we have lost 2 of our potential wingbacks. I wouldn't be surprised if in January we look at a potential wing-back. Because Dallo's not a wing-back. Dorgu's not been doing it. And that's it. We don't really have any other wing-backs. I can see Shaw playing left wing-back once Litcher is fully fit. Yeah, but Luke Shaw doesn't have the legs to do that, bless him, anymore. I don't know that... and I don't want to risk him getting re-injured as well. Just finished work. What's the latest on Timber Rice? I hope you had a good shift, but nothing as of right now. No news. Rice was ill. Timber had a knock. We didn't see either of them in training because Arsenal... Arsenal playing Wolves, man. What are they playing at? What is the need for mind games when you're playing against Wolves at home? I understand if it was a big game, but this is a game you think they should win comfortably. You don't need to... I guess they're trying to get every advantage they can, which is fair enough. But yeah, we didn't see Timber or White or Rice in training, which doesn't mean anything because Arsenal do that. Enzo to Cunha, love the vids, thanks. Yeah, I like Cunha a lot. I'm looking at buying Cunha myself. Hi Ross, pleasure as always. My pleasure as well. Did Mbermo enjoy Enzo Mateta to Bruno Wilson, Rice and Thiago? Please make me feel good about it. I already have Foden. I don't need to make you feel good about it, mate. They're brilliant transfers. Mbermo's leaving anyway. Njai's leaving anyway. Enzo has been pretty stinky. Mateta's minutes aren't great. And you brought in Bruno, Wilson, Rice and Thiago. Excellent 4 moves. Yeah, brilliant. No concerns there. Would you not do Njai to Rice and Enzo to Cunha? I think you've asked that and I think I answered that. But I can't afford that without also downgrading Senesi and also downgrading Pope. Which is what I've put in the questions, right? Vandenberg and Rice, that is that option. If I want to buy Rice and Cunha. I obviously can't afford just to buy a Rice and Cunha for Enzo and Njai. That's a lot of money I'd need in the bank. What are your current plans? Yeah, to be fair, I'm sure there are some people that have just joined the stream. If you've just joined the stream, by the way, welcome. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Let me go back through my plans. How reliable is FootMob for lineups? Not predicted lineups. None of those apps are good for predicted lineups. FootMob's great for everything else, but I wouldn't trust it for predicted lineups. So, I want to take out Njai for Cunha. Cunha. And then I also want to take out... Right, let me leave that one. I think I'm going to go for Bruggen here. So basically, if I just go for Dominic Soboslai, then I can just leave it there, which would be 3 free transfers plus the Thiago for Mateta. That'd be 4 free transfers. Or if I want Declan Rice in here, which I know a lot of other people prefer, I then also need to sell Senesi to Vandenberg. So hopefully that poll now makes more sense for those that have just joined. It's basically Senesi and Soboslai, plus I can save the transfer because I'm not selling Senesi, or I can bring in Rice, but then I'd also have to do Senesi to Vandenberg. I think for this week, obviously the Declan Rice and Vandenberg moves look better. I would argue for the coming weeks, though, I don't think there's that much in it. I probably am going to have to sell Senesi at some point anyway. And I suppose, by the way, I could just do Soboslai, and I could still sell to get Vandenberg. Like, if it's the Vandenberg thing that changed, like, I could still do that. But it's basically Soboslai versus Rice. That's my decision. Oh. I think both are fine. I don't think there'll be that much in it, in all honesty. I'm leaning towards Soboslai at the moment. Hi, Ross. Do you like Waltermada and Minter to Rao and Soboslai? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't... like. Neither of those need to be sold, Red Brand, but I like the moves. Soboslai Pens 100. Yeah, Soboslai being possibly on Pens is nice. Anderson worries me without big Calvin Bassett. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. You'd imagine that he's just the DEFCON guy, though, Anderson. Like, we'll do even more in terms of DEFCON. Right, I might... guys, I'm going to try and... wait, I'm going to try and stand up here. I'm an old man. I've got a standing desk. I don't know how well this is going to go, but... okay. Get rid of the chair. Okay, we're standing up. Get rid of this out the way. Okay, that's not too bad. We can still make that work. I'm an old man, and my back is killing me. So I'll let me go a little bit higher with this as well. Oh, no, the green screen's cut out. Wait, that was what I was worried about. I need to go one lower. Green screen's still... okay, there. Well, yeah, okay, we'll settle for where that is there. Nice. That was funny. I just disappeared off the screen. I am going to be bouncing around a little bit more now because I'm stood up, so hopefully you don't mind that. Yeah, I don't know why my back's hurting so much. I'm literally an old man these days. I'm stretching my... I'm doing like a full-blown football stretch at the moment to get my... How much do you have in the bank, Raptor? About £150,000. Oh, you mean an FPL? I have 1 million in the bank before making the moves. If I make any of the moves that I'm looking at, it will probably be... it'll be a 0 in the bank, basically. Hi, Ross. Did Munoz, Mateta, Xhaka to Vandenberg, Foden, Guiu? Brilliant. Would you do 1, Minte to Cunha, 2, Lacroix to Van Dijk and bench Minte, or just leave the transfers? I quite like Minte to Cunha, but only if you feel good about Cunha. I feel good about Cunha, but you need to really want to do the move. And also, the next 3 fixtures for Man United aren't great. It's Bournemouth, Villa, Newcastle. So like, I'm not saying that I expect Cunha to go huge in any of these, but what I like about Man United assets is then after that it's Wolves, Leeds, Burnley in 19, 20, 21. So you're getting ahead of the curve slightly, essentially. Start O'Reilly or Burn? O'Reilly. Book in a massage or chiropractor before Crimbo. I should just make FPL Pickle do it. If you had 150k in the bank, you'd have upgraded your setup. I need to get like an ergonomic chair. I think, basically, rather than a gaming chair. You know? Next, it'll be a treadmill under the desk. Can you imagine? I'd probably end up falling over and headbutting my camera or something. Smits Pandit 6163. Hello, Ross. Hello. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you for all of the support with the super chats. I do appreciate it more than you know. Petrovic, Dubravka, Hincapié, O'Reilly, Vandenberg, Timber Chow, Saka, Foden, Semenyo, Soboslai. What a team. Anderson, Haaland, Rao, and Thiago. What a team that is. Bench boost active. Okay, 2 free transfers left. You got that team with 2 free transfers left. Fair play. Switch to Bruno after the bench boost. Would you do anything different? No. I mean, Timber, I suppose, is a small risk with the bench boost. I don't know that I would sell him, though. That's the only thing that really stands out. And I guess Petrovic isn't ideal, but yeah, maybe Petrovic out for Verbruggen. No, I wouldn't do Verbruggen. To Kelleher. Petrovic to Kelleher, maybe. And maybe you could sell Timber if you don't want to take a risk. But that's a great-looking team. I'm sure you'll be fine with a bench boost. Is Thiago essential this week, or can I keep Walter-Marder? I would keep Walter-Marder if you're not fancying it. I really don't think Thiago's as great of a pick as the amount of transfers in would suggest. I know I went there, but it was mostly to free up money and just because he's got an okay fixture run. I don't expect lots from Thiago. I think if you do, you're probably going to be disappointed. Best defender options got 5.5 million. Probably O'Reilly or Hincapié, I think is still 5. I think he's 5'5" himself. Hincapié or O'Reilly, maybe Chow. And I still think Joachim Andersen's a really nice pick as well. Would you do Eze to Saka using my last free transfer? Would I sell Eze to Saka? I think Eze's nice, but I do prefer Saka. I think if you've just got all of the money and you can just do it easy, Eze to Saka, I probably would do that. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if Eze outscores Saka this week. It is a risk. SRKR39. Hi, Ross. My team is Van Dijk, Mukiele, O'Reilly, Richard Senesi, Bruno Rice, Mbeumo, Foden, Anderson, Thiago Haaland, Raul Jimenez. Cool. People have some great teams. I'm very jealous of the Raul Jimenez owners, I'll be honest. I have 3 free transfers. Do I go Mbeumo to Saka? If yes, what defender transfer should I make for an extra 0.2 million? Oh, yeah. Nice and easy. Senesi to Joachim Anderson, Mbeumo to Saka. Get that done. Nice and easy. And thank you for the super chat. L. Chivers says, free hit 16, which 3? Sanchez, Chalobah, Eze, Raya, Anderson, Cunha, Sanchez, MLS, Mbeumo, or Sanchez, MLS, Ekatike? Oh, yeah. Definitely 4 for me. I like 4 a lot. Sanchez, Lewis, Skelly, and Ekatike. That's spicy. Yeah, I would go for 4, mate. I think all 4 of them are fine, by the way, but I prefer 4. Love your work, mate. Bench Gvardiol or Anderson. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Tunatins. Tins of tuna. I would bench. Gvardiol or Anderson. I would start Anderson, I think. Yeah, I do fancy City to do okay here, but I think I would still start Anderson. Chris, bench boost. Minte Chow to Soboslai Vandenberg. Oh, selling Chow's not that great, though. I think I'll just keep Minte and Chow, honestly. Really? Play Timber? Yeah, play Timber's fine. I think on a bench boost, I think you can take that risk. But I don't know that I would sell Minte and Chow for Soboslai and Vandenberg. Doesn't feel that great of an upgrade. I also probably do prefer Soboslai and Vandenberg. So if you still want to make the moves, go for it. I just don't know if that's worth 2 free transfers. Taylor says, I have 4 free transfers, debating Timber to Hincapié, as I've got a Stev first bench. Okay. My guess is Timber's fine due to White's minutes, and I'd regret it if Timber starts. I would leave it then. Yeah. 4 free transfers, though. I mean, you could just do it. Like, Hincapié will cover the clean sheet at the very least. I think if you'd regret it, if Timber starts, that's a bigger... I probably wouldn't do it. It sounds to me the way you're wording it, Taylor, like you probably don't want to do it. In which case, I probably wouldn't. Jack, thank you for the very generous super chat, mate. Hi, Ross. Hope you are doing well. I'm doing well, thank you, my friend. Team is... Okay, I've got your team. What we thinking, Jack? Was thinking Munoz to O'Reilly... Not easy transfer, nice. Gabriel to Hincapié, nice. Minte to Bruno, lovely. Walter-Marder to Raul, thoughts. I've not really... I feel like I'm just going to go, great, do it. Easy transfers, man. Like, apart from... Like, Gabriel will be back in a few weeks, but I still think it's silly to hold on to him for now. There's nothing wrong with any of those moves. You're bringing in O'Reilly, Hincapié, Bruno, and Raul Jimenez. Team looks great after that, by the way. Yeah, I mean, that team looks unbelievable. I would get that done, Jack. Thank you very much. And yeah, nice transfers. Thoughts on the 5-player move you considered? Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I am leaning more towards the 4-player, like the 4 combo move. So I save 1 free transfer. It means I have 2 free transfers next week. I just think I'd rather have that flexibility. And it will just give me the option to do a little bit more next week. But I might still do the Rice and Vandenberg moves. Start Dubravka or Henderson? Dubravka. I should note, though, like, Burnley's clean sheet odds are 24%, like Crystal Palace at 7. Like, Burnley's clean sheet odds aren't that much higher than the likes of Crystal Palace. But yeah, I like referring to market odds if I've got like a 50-50 benching decision. I don't always rely on it, and like sometimes I won't listen to it, but it does often help me make those key decisions. MLS US Piero says, hello Ross, hello my friend, thank you for the super chat, I've got your team, 5 free transfers still to use, thinking Richards to Vandenberg, Longstaff to Wilson, Mateta to Rao. Okay, I like those moves, going big on Fulham. Should I do Mbeumo to Bruno Fernandes? Pope to Verbruggen / Kelleher, Minte to Soboslai. I think Mbeumo to Bruno is a nice transfer, and just because there is a small doubt about Mbeumo playing, I'd be happy to make that move. Pope to Verbruggen Kelleher. I don't know that you need to do that this week if you don't need the funds. And Minte to Soboslai, I don't mind either. Out of those extra moves, I probably prefer Mbeumo to Bruno Fernandes the most. Yeah, I would do that one, then Minte to Soboslai, then the goalkeeper move. SRKR says, thanks Ross, but I only have 4.5. Can't afford Anderson. Oh yeah, he went up in price, didn't he? Oh damn. Okay, let me go back to your message. Sorry mate, I completely forgot he went up in price. And you've got Vandenberg. Wait, do you have... Oh, no, that was the wrong message. Where is your message gone? Oh, here it is. So, Mbeumo to Saka, and you threw up 0.2. Wait, can you not sell Senesi for 4.8 like me? You must be able to sell them for cheaper. Oh, so you don't have Vandenberg. I think Vandenberg, then. All right, so Senesi to Vandenberg, and Mbeumo to Saka. Yeah. I think I would still go for that combo then, SRK. I hope that helps. Yeah. Vandenberg's still... I don't think there's much in it between Vandenberg and Anderson. VJ says, hey, Ross, do you think Mbeumo will play versus Bournemouth? I think he will. I don't know that, though. I've got no inside knowledge, no reason to believe that other than just Man United need Mbeumo for as long as we can have him, and I think we'll fight to get him to play that game. He might not get the full 90. We might sub him off if we're winning to, like, show respect to Cameroon for allowing us to stay an extra day. Allowing him to stay an extra day. But yeah, I do think he'll start at least. But if you're unsure, I would sell him if it's not for a hit. Like, I don't think Mbeumo to Foden for a hit makes sense. Because if Mbeumo starts, you'd argue that Mbeumo at home is as good as, if not slightly better than Foden this week. Dan M, 50-50 thoughts. For Verbruggen / Kelleher to buy... I'm going through that exact decision myself. I'm leaning just about for Verbruggen. Just about. But it's very close. And then Bruno G / Gordon. I prefer Gordon, honestly. But Gordon is a minutes risk. It depends what sort of manager you are, Dan. Like, if you're happy to buy minutes risk players that won't play as many minutes but have a higher ceiling, I'd go Gordon. If you want to just know that your player starts every game and gets close to 90, just go Bruno G. Jay says, hey, bud. Hello, bud. Bud. Hello, bud. Hello, bud. Have Raya, Anderson, Virgil O'Reilly, Saka, Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Enzo, Bar, Haaland, Thiago. Okay, bench of Guy, Rodon, Richards. 4 free transfers, 3.6 million in the bank. Rice in for Bar, or I can afford Eze for Bar. Anything else to do? No, I think Rice, Eze, Soboslai, Gordon, any of those kind of players, Rogers, Bruno G, any of those players for Bar looks good. I would probably go Soboslai or Rice, would be my top 2. I also, myself, I like Cunha as well, but that's more of a personal preference kind of pick. I think Rice or Soboslai. Eze's nice, but he's just his minutes longer term won't be as good as Soboslai and Rice's. Alex says, you forgot my long super chat. Let me have a look, Alex. Might have glitched out because I don't remember seeing it. Oh, I've just seen that. Yeah, that didn't pop up at first. Sorry, my friend. Okay, cheers, Ross. Team is... Okay, I've got your team. Walter Marder to Guiu, and then Mbeumo / Eze to Saka / Bruno. Can you only do one of those moves, or you can do both? Watermarder to Giyu and Mbermo/Eze to Saka/. I assume you can only do one of those two moves. I think Mbermo to Bruno or Saka. I wouldn't sell Eze this week, I don't think, if you've got Mbermo there who needs to be sold anyway. Yeah, Watermarder to Giyu and then Mbermo/Eze. Which one would I... So I'd sell Mbermo. Would I buy Saka or Bruno this week? I think for price, Bruno's arguably a better asset right now, but I think you'd captain Saka this week probably, right? If you would captain Saka this week, Alex, I'd buy Saka. If you're not going to, then I would argue Bruno's the better long-term pick right now for his price. So, yeah. Hope that helps. And sorry for missing the chat. And the team is looking good, by the way. Very, very nice. Munoz replacements. Have O'Reilly, Timber, Anderson. Long term, I like Tarkovsky. I also really like Vandenberg for his price if you want to free up a bit of money. I also think you could go Hincapié. So I would say Vandenberg or Hincapié probably this week. Gtox89 says Rodon or Senesi to O'Reilly or Vandenberg. And who for Minte? For Minte, I think you're looking at Wilson short-term, Dewsbury Hall long-term. If you can afford Soboslai or Rice, again, they're my two favourite picks. Would I sell Rodon or Senesi to O'Reilly or Vandenberg? I think Rodon to Vandenberg's a nice move. I don't really mind that one at all. Tyler Joseph, hello, thank you for the super chat. Says, hi Ross, team is Riot. Okay, I'll get your team. 5 free transfers to use, 1.1 million in the bank. Any standout suggestions? Okay, let's think about this. 5 free transfers. Defense looks okay. Midfield, probably where the most work's needed. Okay, so Iliman Njai to Soboslai or Rice would be the first one. And then I would be looking at Stack to Harry Wilson. After that, I think you could probably get away with just rolling. You could make a defender move as well if you wanted to, so that you didn't have to start Anderson. Sorry, if you didn't have to start Richards or Senesi. But yeah, I would probably be leaning towards Njai to Soboslai or Rice, Stack to Harry Wilson. And I would leave it there. So it's a nice looking team though, considering you've got the 5 free transfers to use. Should I keep my first sub as Richards or Rodon? It's very close. I've just realised I've had the bookies odds on my screen the whole time here. But I would probably lean towards... I would just about lean Rodon. Like, that's the way that I've got it. Rodon first sub, Richards second sub. But it is very, very close, VJ. Like, if you just fancy the home fixture or you prefer the Palace defence, and of course, Richards is better for DEFCON as well, you could, of course, go there instead. Exit 10100 says, my 11 is... Okay, I've got your 11. What do I do? 1 free transfer. Pickford, Richards, Chalobah, Timber. Okay, defence isn't great for this week, but fine longer term. Rice, Bruno, Foden, Anderson, Haaland, Thiago. I'd probably leave it, mate. Listen, could you upgrade that defence with 1 free transfer? Sure. But I don't think any of those are bad long-term picks. It's just this week their fixtures are a bit naff. But I think longer term they're fine, so I would probably just leave it as is. Ollie says, hi Ross, if you owned Hall and wanted to keep a Newcastle asset through till Game Week 23, would you hold him and risk a benching or swap him out for Chow? I don't know if I'd swap him out for Chow. Like, Hall when he starts is great. It's such a sideways switch, but at the same time you just know that he will get benched and Chow probably won't. I would keep Hall, probably. I don't think that's worth the transfer. On a free hit, would you go Rice or Eze? On a free hit, I'd probably prefer Eze. Why aren't more people thinking about Cash? I think about Cash every day. No, I think he's fine on a free hit. I don't like him as a transfer. DEFCON's not great. He's scoring absolute bangers this season. But unless you think he is suddenly one of the best ball strikers in world football, he's not going to carry on scoring like 0.02 XG chances. So I think you need more. The Villa defense aren't fantastic. Cash isn't good for DEFCON. He's reliant on these bangers that he's scoring, which aren't going to continue, I don't think. Just join the stream. What's the news that I've missed? I just whistled. Nothing. I'm stood up. If you're wondering why I'm darting around, I'm stood up because my back hurts. I think that's all you've missed. I've not made any transfers. We haven't had any team news. I've just been answering questions. What transfers are you planning to do? Don't know. I think I'm going to buy Soboslai, Cunha, and Verbruggen. And the only reason I'm buying Verbruggen, of course, is to fund Cunha and Soboslai. Is Esteve a good pick? Esteve's actually sneaky been a very good cheap defender. I was sort of writing him off and saying you've got to go Mukiele or Rodon, but Esteve's been getting DEFCON on a very consistent basis. So yeah, I don't mind Esteve. I don't know that I'd buy Esteve, but if you've got him and you need to start him this week, go for it. I'm probably starting Dubravka this week. MN Chuckstar, good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you are well. Says, hi Ross, playing free hit this week. Very nice. Similar team to the one in your video. Biggest differential was Foden instead of Palmer. Great. I have no issue with that. In fact, like with the news around Palmer, you could absolutely swerve even on a free hit. Hoping for a green arrow. Can't shake the 4 million rank curse. You and Pickle have a great weekend. Mate, if you've chosen a similar draft to what I showed in the video, you've got to get a green arrow this week. Like, fingers crossed for you. I hope you do well. And thank you very much. I hope you have a good weekend too. Luke says, hi mate, thoughts on Njaya, Minte, Pope, Gyökeres, Semenyo to Foden, Verbruggen, Bruno, Rice, Krupi. And does a -4 change your opinion? Does a -4 change my opinion? I would say, like, if you can get away with doing the exact moves but not selling Semenyo to, like, Rice, then I would do that. Like, I would say that selling Semenyo is the one that I don't love there, especially if it's part of a hit. The rest of the players I'm fine selling. So, probably not. It doesn't change my opinion. But yeah, if you can get away with not selling Semenyo to Rice, if you don't need the money that you save by doing that, I would keep Semenyo and not buy Rice. And I would just do the rest of the moves. Minte to Szoboszlai or Rice? Szoboszlai versus Rice is the decision I'm going through right now. I think arguably longer term, Rice is the better pick. So weirdly, I think Rice is the better pick this week and longer term. But I think in sort of medium to short term, next 4 to 6, I quite fancy Szoboszlai over the AFCON period in this busy period to play a lot of minutes and get some decent returns, especially if he is on penalties. So this week and long term, Rice. Medium to short term, Szoboszlai. And I'm going more medium to short term, I think. Go for Pope to Verbruggen or wait. I would only do Pope to Verbruggen if you really need the funds. Like, there's no point doing it this week otherwise, because you'll probably just play Dubravka anyway, right? Reese says, did Mateta to Rao, going Semenyo to Bruno F after Bournemouth versus Burnley, yeah. 1.9 in the bank, 4 free transfers. Wow. I'll tell you what, that team with 4 free transfers... Sorry, it's horrible to read, Ross. Very skint at the moment. Appreciate you massively. You don't need to apologise. I'm sorry. That team with 4 free transfers, Reese, is a joke. Chow, Timber, O'Reilly, Saka, Foden, Semenyo, Rice, Katie. I mean, it looks like the team that I would want after using all of my transfers. Plus, you've got Raul Jimenez in there. You've managed to get... I suppose the only player you're missing is Bruno, but you've got Semenyo for, like you say, for Burnley. It's a great... And you've got 2 million in the bank as well. Fair play. Fair play. Very nice team. Very nice team. Hi, Ross. How are you? It's our 2-year anniversary today. It is Max. 24 months. What a legend. I appreciate your support over the last 2 years. And in fact, you've been supporting me before you became a member. I would like to say probably the last 3 years. Thank you for your support as well. So I really appreciate that. Especially all of the early super chats you did as well, Max. Means a lot. Thank you. Pick 2. Gravenberch, Collins, Senesi. Ooh, what to start? Probably Gravenberch and Collins. Yeah. Dango Ouattara, Ben White free hit. Marino is only 4.6%. Yeah, I like Marino. I think Marino will start. I don't mind that at all. I love Dango Ouattara and Ben White. I don't know what the question is, but I think all 3 of them are great. If there's a way that you can get all 3 of them. If you're choosing between White and Marino, I still think I would go White. Like, that clean sheet feels so locked in. And White has been really attacking playing right back. So, yeah. How long have I got till this stream? I'm not even looking at the countdown. Okay, I've got 37 minutes. I'll probably make my moves in about 20 mins. I don't know what I'm waiting for necessarily. Just, I guess I want to leave enough time to make them, but I'm in no rush right now. Can you run a captaincy poll, please? Yeah, let's do it. Let's run a captaincy poll. That was pretty much 50-50. I think you just about leant towards the Declan Rice option, which is fair enough. But yeah, that poll that I was running for myself. There have been 36 price rises this week. Is there a record? As of yesterday, and bear in mind, most people have saved their transfers to make today. As of yesterday, there had been 11.7 million transfers in FPL. If you include, I wouldn't be surprised if after today that's approaching 20 million. Mental, the amount of transfer activity. No wonder there's been so many price changes. All right, captaincy poll. Gameweek 16. So, Saka against Wolves. Haaland against Crystal Palace. Bruno against Bournemouth. Probably the top 3 options, I would say. That was just price rises, Ross. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Mental. The price falls, they were probably double that. Right, there's a captaincy poll. If you want to go vote on it. As always, YouTube only allows you to have 4 options, so don't blame me. Blame YouTube. I've transferred Evan Nilsson. I don't know if he is a good option now playing versus Man United, or should I keep Gravenberch instead of him? I've transferred Evan Nilsson. You mean you've bought Evan Nilsson? I mean, that's a bold move with the way that he's been playing. I mean, if you've got him, I would probably start him ahead of Gravenberch, yeah? I think probably Evan Nilsson is a marginally better option. I don't think he's a great long-term buy, though, Evan Nilsson. I wouldn't be surprised if Krupi does start the odd game ahead of him. Are you buying Declan Rice this week? I think I'm going to go Szoboszlai. If I end up regretting it, and Declan Rice continues to be absolutely amazing, I can always buy Declan Rice in the future. Because I only have 2 Arsenal right now. So until Gabriel's back, I will probably keep 2 Arsenal. I do like keeping that 3rd spot open for Gabriel. And then, yeah, if I make a mistake, let's say Cunha looks rubbish, Declan Rice starts banging in the goals, I'll just buy Declan Rice. I won't be stubborn about it. But for now, I think I'm going to go Sobo, is the way that I'm leaning. If Szoboszlai blanks, though, in the 3 p.m, and then I have to wait for 8 p.m. for Rice to play, that's going to be painful. The only thing I would say after making these transfers is my defence does look pretty weak. So I think eventually I probably want to free up a bit of money to make my defence look a little bit better. But that's okay. You can't have a strong team everywhere. Fifth yellow is coming for Szoboszlai, potentially. When did he pick up his 4th yellow? He's only got to do 4 games, by the way, Szoboszlai. When did he last pick up a yellow card? He last picked up a yellow. He hasn't been booked in 4 games. I don't know if that's a good... All he has to do is do another 4. Before that, though, he was booked like 3 times in 5 games. So he absolutely could. But it's a risk worth taking. If that's putting people off, that's a good thing, though. It means his ownership will stay low. Like, it might be worth the risk. I always say this about 4 yellow cards. Just because a player is on 4 doesn't mean you can't buy them. It just means you have to accept the risk. Like, I cannot blame anyone other than myself if Szoboszlai gets a 5th yellow. Like, I have to acknowledge that as part of my transfer. Any leaks for Liverpool? There are quite a few suggestions going around that Salah probably won't start, even though he's going to probably be in the squad, and also that Isak probably won't play, or at least won't start. Those are the suggestions. I've not seen any like reliable leaks. He was getting booked when it was a right back. Yeah, exactly. Like he's not as likely to get booked as an attacking player, but it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Like Thiago's already on 3 bookings, I think himself, isn't he? Like attackers can get booked. All you need to do is stick out a leg, take down a player, or like stop a counter attack. Like yellow cards happen very easily. Put me off triple captain Saka today, thanks. I'm not going to. I think it's a great option. Go for it. I'm not the person to ask to put you off stuff. Like triple captain Saka is really nice. I was very tempted myself throughout the week, but I'm on free hit, Szoboszlai or Rice. Honestly, on free hit, if you've got a good first sub, maybe Declan Rice. Like this week, I don't think Szoboszlai is much better. But like I said, I quite like him as a slight differential. And I think in this more attacking role, I think we'll see more from him. His data this season has been pretty poor, Szoboszlai, honestly. But I think we'll see a little bit more now that he's playing less at right back. I'm not saying it's not possible that he fills in at right back, but I think Slot has realised that Szoboszlai is their best attacker, and that putting your best attacker right back just isn't utilising what you can do. Can you do the will for captaincy include Eze, please? Maybe, if people want to see the will. I could do that. Depends on what people want. I think most people are just captaining Saka or Haaland, though, to be honest. Kudus out for Dango Ouattara. Just bear in mind that Dango Ouattara goes to AFCON. Are you standing up? Yes, I am. This is why I'm moving so much. It's difficult to stand still, especially I've got ADHD, so I want to run around when I stand up. My back was hurting, so I decided to stand. Luckily, my green screen is like really tall. My green screen ends like there, so It's almost taking my ceiling, actually, my green screen. I've got like the extra large Elgato green screen. It's like, I don't know what that is, like 2.4 meters or something, 2.3 meters tall. Are you making transfers? Yes, I'm going to be making at least another 3 transfers, potentially another 4 transfers. I'm just waiting a little bit longer because you never know what might happen in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you as always for for the inspirational words, Chris Harris. Appreciate that. Or are you sure, or both? I'm 178 centimeters, so I'm not tall, no. Tiago captain. I don't mind Tiago captain. You want to do it? In your predictions, you have both Arsenal and Man City scoring 3 goals each. So why Saka over Haaland captain? Saka gets an extra point for a goal, extra point for a clean sheet. And Saka is more likely to get an assist than Haaland. I think it's close. I've not at any point said that it's not close. I just think I'm backing Saka. I just think midfielders can go big. Also, Saka can get DEFCON, which probably is unlikely against Wolves, but you never know. We're almost the same height. I'm 177. Yeah, I don't even know what that is in feet, but I just know I'm 178 from when I've been measured at like doctors and stuff. I think it's about 5'10". That's what I tell people I'm 5'10", but I don't actually know if 178 is 5'10". Let me confirm. 178 centimeters in feet. Yeah, 5'10"-ish. Ross, are you standing up? I am standing up, yeah. Eze on free hit. I like Eze on free hit. Yep. I think he'll start. I can't confirm that he'll start, but I think he'll start. Harry Wilson captain. I mean, I'm captaining. I'm not captaining. I'm starting Dubravka, so I hope that Harry Wilson flops for you, but I would imagine he'll do very well. Hi, mate. Do we know if Rice is fit? He's ill. Well, he was ill. So I think he's fit. It's just about whether he's got the energy and strength to play, which I think you would imagine he would. So I reckon Rice will start. I don't know how many minutes he'll get, though. Maybe he'll only get 60, for example. Especially if they're beating Wolves comfortably. They don't need to run Rice into the ground. What are the expected moves now, Ross? I think Enzo, Njai, and Pope to Cunha, Soboslai, and Verbruggen is the plan right now. My defence looks really weak. You might think you've used 4 free transfers and you've still got a terrible looking defence, but there just aren't many defenders that I'm that desperate. Like, I would like Van den Berg, but I don't know that changes everything, having Van den Berg, you know? You have one of the best smiles I've ever seen. Pickle is one lucky gal. Thanks. I do smile a lot. Smile through the pain. Even when you're not happy, smile. There is psychology behind it. The more you smile, you convince your brain that you are happy, you know? Sorry. Moving on swiftly. P2AJ. Team is... Okay, I've got your team. 2 free transfers. 1.1 million in the bank. Help on moves and subs. So your subs will be Dubravka, Gay, Senesi, Xhaka. Okay, subs are easy. And I would sell Munoz for... Oh, who would I sell Munoz for? Probably Van den Berg. Yeah. Sell Munoz for Van den Berg. Oh, no, you've not got Anderson. Joachim Anderson. Sell Munoz for Joachim Anderson and bench Dubravka, Senesi, Gay, Xhaka. I also think you could do Xhaka to Wilson, but then that again gives you a bit of a benching headache, I guess. When will you play your triple captainship? Either 17 or 19. Soboslai's on pens without Mo. As long as Isak's not on the pitch, yeah? I agree. Soboslai should be on pens. Would you bring in a defender to cover Timber? Good luck. Thank you very much. I think as long as you've got a defender, like Rodon or Richards could easily get you a 4-pointer or a 3-pointer, which is fine. There aren't that many defenders that I trust to do that much more. So I wouldn't buy a defender just to cover Timber, no. Unless you've got loads of free transfers. I'm going to free hit Gameweek 18 to set up for a bench boost 19 and 20. Thoughts? Do you mean wildcard Gameweek 18? Because a free hit can't set you up for a bench boost. I assume you mean wildcard 18 for bench boost 19 and 20. If it works, I've not looked at how you can consecutively bench boost, but if there is a way to build a good team in Gameweek 18 that also looks good for 19, 20 and bench boostable, then yeah, go for it. Selling Burma will wait. You've got Foden, Saka, Bruno, Anderson. I'd probably wait them. Yeah, I'd probably wait. Izzy Gaming, thank you for being a member for 12 months. I appreciate it. Bench Anderson or DCL? I would start Anderson and bench DCL probably. He's been playing well though, I suppose. But yeah, I'd probably still start Elliot Anderson. Benjamin, hello Ross, how are you? I'm good, thank you, my friend. Hope you're well. 0 in the bank, 5 free transfers. What do you think? Okay, what are the issues here? I mean, midfield looks decent other than maybe Enzo. Walter Mardy could sell, but no requirement. Defense looks good. Okay. I think with your team, Enzo Fernandez and Minte are the two that stand out that you could potentially sell. So I wonder about Enzo Fernandez to Soboslai, and to fund that, you could do Minte to Wilson. I don't know who you'd then bench is the issue. Maybe that would give you a real benching headache. Yeah, in fact, maybe you don't do that then. I think Enzo and Minte are the two that stand out. I wouldn't make more than 2 transfers. Your team looks very good, Benjamin. So definitely don't use more than 2 transfers here. But I think Minte and Enzo, whichever combination of players you want to go for. I would be looking at maybe Soboslai and a cheaper player, but then it does give you a benching headache. Ross, my man, last question. Who would you start? Defense, Timber, Vandenberg, Anderson, Rodon, O'Reilly. So I would bench Rodon and Vandenberg, with Vandenberg first sub. But yeah, Vandenberg and Rodon. Midfield of Saka, Bruno, Soboslai, Foden, Wilson. Forward line, Thiago, Raul, Haaland. You're genuinely probably benching Soboslai from those attackers. Saka, Bruno, Foden, Wilson. You can't bench any of those. And then Thiago, Raul, Haaland. Yeah, I would probably bench Vandenberg and Rodon, and then Soboslai. Clean sheet specialist, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Everton. Yeah, there are certain teams that certainly are more clean sheet focused. Thoughts on getting a Raptor head tattoo, Ross? All for it. 60% saying they'll captain Saka when only 22% owned is making me laugh. Yeah, but 22% owned is amongst the entire user base of 30 million people when half of them don't play, half of them don't understand. Like, only really about 6 million people, I would say, actively play, and that number will dwindle down. And the people that are watching this right now are engaged managers, and engaged managers' teams look very different as well. So, yeah. Will Saka's EO be over 100%? No. I would guess Saka's EO will be about 60 to 70%, maybe 80%. It will be close. In fact, I don't think it will be. I think it will be well below 100, would be my guess. I still think a lot of people would default to Erling Haaland. Agniba Gosh says, hi Ross, on bench boost this week. Okay. 2 out of 5. So you've got 3 free transfers left and 1 million in the bank. Okay. I think Xhaka's the only one that stands out there that I don't love. But I mean, it's not an issue this week. Minte, I suppose. Defense-wise, it's all good. Don't have to worry about Timber or Rice. Yeah, I love the team. What would I do then? I mean, you don't need to make any other moves. I would say that, definitely. You could just absolutely rock this team. If you were worried about Senesi missing out, you could certainly sell Senesi for Vandenberg. So I think one move Senesi to Vandenberg. And then the other move you could do is Xhaka to Wilson. Or Minte to Wilson. So I would say maybe sell Senesi, maybe use one transfer on Minte or Xhaka to Wilson. Other than that, I think you're good to leave him. Start Wilson or Walter Marder. Wilson, you can't bench Wilson with the way he's playing. And a midfielder, I prefer. Better asset over the next 7 game weeks, Soboslai or Gordon? I think Gordon's great, but I prefer Soboslai. Just because of the minutes more than anything. Like, can you promise me Gordon starts the next 7 games? Because I don't feel comfortable in saying that. Matthew says, if you could have any goalkeeper, who would it be for the long term? Have Vicario, 2.2 in the bank. Have Rodgers, buying regret. Should I get someone else? Rodgers is fine. I don't think Rodgers is my favourite player to buy, but if you've already bought him or you already own him, I wouldn't sell him. Any goalkeeper. I mean, the best goalkeeper will be probably Raya. If we're talking long term, let's say 15 to 20 weeks, I would argue that Pickford is the best goalkeeper. The next two aren't good, but from 18 onwards, Everton have a great fixture run, don't they? I'll show you here. Apologies, keep having to clear my throat. Fixtures. Look at the run from 18 onwards. That run is unbelievable. Pickford has been the top scoring goalkeeper 2 years in a row. He's very close to being the top scoring goalkeeper this season. In fact, isn't he joint on... I think he might be joint on points with Raya. Yeah, both on 66. Like, Pickford's just great in FPL. So I would argue maybe Pickford. Anyway, other than that, Verbruggen and Kelleher. If you want to go cheap and save some money, Verbruggen and Kelleher are both great as well. I will just say, for anyone that has Nick Pope, there are suggestions that Nick Pope was in training and could even start against Sunderland. I haven't seen anything further on it, but if you don't need to sell Pope this week, you could maybe keep him. Hello, Ross. Would you play Thiago captain or play it more safe? If you've got a good feeling about Thiago captain, go for it. Don't worry about safe. Don't worry about boring. Captain the player you think will get the most points. And if that is Thiago, then captain Thiago. Right. Should we make some moves? Should we do it? Don't want to do it. Transfers. So, I think Declan Rice, I could regret not buying Declan Rice, but I think I'm going to go for the Szoboszlai route. That's just the route that makes, I like the fact that it saves me a transfer. It gives me 0.1 in the bank too. It gives me Senesi next week. It just allows me a little bit more flexibility. And I like the idea of Szoboszlai because I think he's lower owned than Declan Rice. I think he's got a pretty high ceiling if he continues to play in an attacking role. And it diversifies my team a bit more as well, having a player from another attack. It's not an issue, but I would have had double City attack, double United attack, double Arsenal attack. So I've at least got a player from another team and another attack. And then obviously, like I say, to fund that, I guess the final decision is Kelleher or Verbruggen. Right? I've got 4.5 million for this spot here. Does anyone feel passionate about Verbruggen or Kelleher? I think I'm leaning Verbruggen right now. He's 0.1 cheaper. Defensively wise, Brighton and Brentford are almost identical. Save wise, I think Verbruggen's saves per 90 is slightly higher. And he rotates really nicely with Dubravka. But Kelleher you could play every single week, so... I think it is very, very close. Yeah, lots of people saying they prefer Kelleher. I can get that for sure. I think that's the only decision for me to make. Szoboszlai's on 4 yellow cards. Yep, I know. I love that 2 messages in a row. Definitely Verbruggen, and then Kelleher 100%. Yeah, there's probably, like, on paper, there shouldn't be a lot in it, but I think I'm leaning Bart for now. And I suppose if one is 0.1 cheaper, then why not? So I think that's what it will look like. Defense looks honking for this week, by the way. I'm fully aware of that. But I just don't really want to use my final transfer on a defender. What about Lewis Skelly for a punt? Yep, don't mind that. Thoughts on buying Timber this week? It's either him or O'Reilly. I would go Hincapié if you're gonna buy a Arsenal defender. Join the Bart Club, Ross. Yeah, I do mind it. Do like it. Don't mind him. Kelleher Verbruggen. Like, if you hide these 2 fixtures because you can play Dubravka, like, these 3 are just so good. Your defense looks honking. Thanks, Jamie. Is what I just said. To be fair, Anderson's good. If Timber starts, he's great. And then it's just one weaker defender. It's not the end of the world. How long have I got? I've got 15 mins. I'll wait a few more mins. Think about it. Hello, Ross. My team is Kelleher, Van Dijk, Anderson, Timber Riley, Anderson, double Anderson. I assume they're different Andersons. Bruno Fernandes, Saka, Foden, Thiago, and Haaland. Any changes? 1 free transfer. Much love and thanks for everything. You're more than welcome. 1 free transfer. Is there anything I would do with that extra transfer? Team looks fantastic, mate. Great defense, solid midfield as well. Nice front 2. No, don't use that extra transfer. Save it. And then you'll have 2 free transfers next week, and you've got a bit more flexibility. It's a great team. Derek says, start KDH or Calvert-Lewin. Ooh, I would honestly... No, I would still start Dewsbury Hall. He's been very good recently, hasn't he? Your captain in Thiago. Good team. Solid bench as well. Yes, I like it a lot. I think I would just about lean towards starting Dewsbury Hall, but Calvert-Lewin is probably on pens, depending on who's on the pitch. Has a better fixture overall, but I would still go Dewsbury Hall, I think. Minte or Dewsbury Hall to start? I'd go Dewsbury Hall just about. Got Lacroix, 0.2 in the bank, 5 free transfers. Anderson, O'Reilly, or Lewis Skelly in. It depends what you're looking for. If you want to free up a bit of money and go for a long-term pick, Anderson's nice. O'Reilly, I think, has the highest upside in the medium to short term. Lewis Skelly's good for this week, but beyond that, I don't fancy him much as a punt. So I would probably choose O'Reilly out of those options. Would you play O'Reilly away or Gay at home? I would almost definitely play O'Reilly if I was in that situation. You're not going to have any fun in the goalkeeper department in the next few weeks. I believe they are cheap for a reason. Wait. Here we go. Oh, the FPL site's terrible. 1 sec. 6-6-7-7. Why can Verbruggen suddenly not get any points? He got a 6-6-7-7. He returned 4 weeks in a row. I think Verbruggen's fine. They've been keeping a good amount of clean sheets as well. I have no issues with Verbruggen as a pick. And obviously this week, yes, I have to start Dubravka, but it's absolutely plausible that Burnley do keep the... Oh, no. Yeah, I said the numbers. I forgot about Brain Rot Nation. Sorry. Sorry, guys. My bad. I'm too old for that. I don't even realise I've said it. And then I say it in a video, and then people lose their minds. Dashmate, morning. It's my wedding today. Big love. Congratulations to you, my friend. That's very exciting. Okay, I better give you some good advice on the day of your wedding. I've got your team. You've got the wildcard, bench boost, and triple captain. What's your chip strategy? 0.1 in the bank, 4 free transfers. Okay. I mean, you could arguably play the wildcard this week, but you've not really got enough time now on the day of your wedding. So we'll say that's not an option. Anything that you could do that massively upgrade your team this week? I do think you could arguably just leave it as it is. Dubravka, Estev, Juf, Giyu. Considering it's your wedding today, I would probably leave it. The only chip I think you could arguably play this week is you could play the triple captain. So if you really like Saka captaincy and you're feeling confident, maybe triple captain. Otherwise, no chip this week. And then I would probably look at wildcard 17, bench boost 18, triple captain 19. And I'll triple captain Bruno against Wolves at home. So I think if you don't want to play the triple captain this week, fine. I wouldn't play wildcard and bench boost because you just don't have enough time to think about it. So I would probably go, wildcard 17, bench boost 18, triple captain 19. Or this week. And I hope you have a fantastic wedding day. Why has everyone gone to sleep on Gyökeres versus Wolves? Well, because a lot of people think Marino could start. No, there's no confirmation that Gyökeres starts this game. And even so, we're not buying people for one game. We're buying players that we want to own in the long term. Start 2 between Timber, Livermore, or Rodgers. I would probably start Timber and Rodgers. Start KDH or O'Reilly. I would start O'Reilly, probably. Not considering Marino plays number 9 versus Wolves. That is brilliant. That there are almost back-to-back super chats with someone saying, why is everyone sleeping on Gyökeres and why are we not considering Marino playing as the 9 versus Wolves? This is why. Because we don't know who starts as the 9. Free hits. Dubravka, MLS, White, Cucurella, Vert, Saka, Neto, Dango, Bruno, Thiago, Haaland. Great free hit team. I wouldn't have Dubravka on a free hit, personally. So I would find a way to upgrade that spot there. The rest of the team looks great, though. I don't know if I'd have Cucurella and Neto. I guess Everton at home is not a bad fixture. Yeah, the rest of the team looks brilliant. I just wouldn't have Dubravka. I'd find a way to upgrade him, personally. Probably Kelleher, if you want to go cheap. Raya, okay, I've got your team KJ50493. What would you change with 3 free transfers, 0.2 in the bank, triple captain in 17? 3 free transfers. Is there anything you can do here? No. Maybe Minte. Minte to Wilson is a small possibility in bench Dewsbury Hall. That's the only move I can think there. Otherwise, I'd leave it. So either Minte to Wilson or roll. 400601 says, hey Egg, can make similar transfers to you, but I need Cunha alternatives. 0.1 off. Thoughts? Just go Rice. If you're doing similar to me, just go Rice. I think Rice is equally as good, if not better, than Cunha. I just have a bit of a personal preference for Cunha. Why is no one considering Mo Salah triple cap? I don't think he starts. That's why. Did you make your moves, Ross? No, not yet. I think I'm just going to do it, though. Pope to Verbruggen, Enzo to Soboslai, Njai to Cunha. Confirm. And then that's the team. Double Man United mids for the win. Can't wait for us to lose. Rodon versus Senesi is, I guess, the only other point of discussion with my team. So I've got 1 free transfer left, which means next week I'll have 2 free transfers, and I've got 0.1 in the bank. So it's not particularly flexible, but it is what it is. I need to take a screenshot of my team, so that I have it. And we hope that Soboslai gets booked today, believe it or not. That would be best. Or I guess the best case scenario is that he just doesn't get his 5th yellow card. But if he does get his 5th yellow, today would be the best day for him to do it. Because I've got plenty of cover for him next week. And then he's back for the Wolves game. Any team news, Ross? I've not seen anything, no. No triple captain. No. I'm gonna leave it. I do think it's fine though. If you want to go for it, I really don't mind it. What's that marker on Soboslai? They've added these things called status updates. So this one is that he's gotten 4 yellow cards, but players that are off to AFCON will have that as well. Like if there's any info, it's actually a really nice idea. I think if there's any info on a player, they just add this little status update thing, and it gives you the info. And obviously, like I say, Soboslai is that he's on 4 yellows. Surprised not seeing anyone go Eze. Yeah, I like Eze as a pick. He's probably underrated overall. His minutes aren't quite consistent enough for me. Gordon Cap over Saka and Haaland, thinking about it. Yeah, I don't love Newcastle away. And Sunderland. I mean, Newcastle will be up for that game, but Sunderland are going to be up for that game. Why are you transferring him for Bruggen if he's not playing? To fund the other moves I want to make. I love when I say, like, I would say, like, I've got a set of 5 moves I'm considering, and I've got 0 in the bank, and one of the moves is Pope to Verbruggen, and I just get 100 comments of, you don't need to sell Pope to Verbruggen this week, and it's like, read what I said. 0 in the bank if I make these. Of course, I need to do that to fund it. I don't know if people just aren't paying attention or it's just like a brain fart moment, but it's like, yeah, that's the reason. Like, I know I don't need to buy Verbruggen for Liverpool on my bench, but that was the only way to fund getting Cunha and Soboslai, who are the 2 players that I want. Hopefully that makes sense. But yes, I agree. I did not need to buy Verbruggen this week in terms of the fixture. Gordon Cap over Saka and Haaland. Thinking, I did that one. Hi, pal. Would you sell Senesi? And if so, who for? I wouldn't sell him unless you've got loads of free transfers and your team looks great. If you are in that position, I think O'Reilly, if you can get there. Hincapié, if you can get there. Otherwise, it's Vandenberg or Anderson, I would say. Joachim Anderson, of course. Nash United says, good luck, Ross. Hope all is well. Been travelling for a while in the US and have missed a few weeks. Great content as usual. Might go Thiago as captain. I hope your travels are going well. Good to see you back as well. And yeah, Thiago captain's fine if you fancy it. Like any captaincy options this week. Whenever there's a split week like this, I think just trust your gut feeling on captaincy. So 0-0 Fulham Burnley is ideal for you this week. It's never going to be 0-0. But yes, a 0-0 result Fulham Burnley would be delightful for me. Absolutely. For sure. Let me, how many transfers did you use? So I used 4. So I've got 1 free transfer left and 0.1 in the bank, which means obviously next week I'll have 2 free transfers. So I have a little bit of flexibility if stuff goes wrong. But I'd ideally like to roll again next week to have 3 free transfers in 18. Then in 18, there is a chance to buy an Everton player, or I might roll again, potentially, and try and get to 4. But this team now looks pretty well set up for future weeks. I will probably eventually need to buy a defender. So I'm probably looking at trying to get Tarkowski in. But obviously I can't do that in one move. So I need to have a think about it. I might also look at, if any of my midfielders disappoint, obviously I can move to Dewsbury Hall as well. And obviously I've left my 3rd Arsenal spot open. As soon as Gabriel's back, I could just do Gabriel in for Timber. But it might be nice to try and get Gabriel in for Senesi. And again, I'd have to make a midfield downgrade to afford that. So these are the things that I need to think about in the future. You missed my super chat. Did I? KJ50493. Oh, sorry, I did, my friend. Yeah, I've just seen it. Okay. I've got your team. Would you change anything? No, I didn't. I answered that. 3 free transfers, 0.2 in the bank. I can't remember what I said, though. I want 100% answer that. I think I said, yeah, I did. I said Minte to Wilson and bench Dewsbury Hall is the only move that I could see there. I did answer that one. Cool. I probably just didn't read out your name, so you probably didn't realise I was answering your message. Is the Cunha injured leak on X true collision with Bruno? That would be funny. I'm going to assume you're trolling me, but if not, that would be objectively quite funny. Rice update. Apparently he was ill. I would very much imagine that Rice is available. Whether or not he starts, I guess it's up to Arteta, but I would be surprised if he doesn't. I would imagine that Rice is fit. This week is one of the first weeks I have an easy benching decision. I would say mine's not quite as easy, but relatively. I guess mine is just, do I play Senesi, Rodon, or Richards? Let's actually see. I could run a quick poll on that. How long have I got till the deadline? 5 minutes. Yeah, I could do a 5-minute poll. Who would you start? Senesi, Rodon, or Richards? Go. There's a poll in the chat. Vote for that. Guess that's my only remaining decision. Bench one of O'Reilly, Timber, Anderson, Virgil. Thank you. O'Reilly, Timber, Anderson, Virgil. Oh, that's a tough one. That is a very tough one. Extremely. Honestly, probably O'Reilly or Anderson. I wouldn't bench Timber or Van Dijk. So O'Reilly or Anderson. I think that's up to you. Do you want to go upside of attacking returns or the clean sheet is more likely for Anderson? It's up to you. Will Mbeumo play? I would imagine so. Arsenal will be 3-0 up at halftime and make early subs to ruins everyone's weekend. Yeah, to be fair, if Timber does start, you could imagine that he would get an early sub if they're 3-0 up after like 50 minutes. Have Bruno, Saka, Foden, Anderson, Dewsbury Hall. Would you do Dewsbury Hall to Szoboszlai or Cunha or keep him? If I own Dewsbury Hall, I would just keep. I understand the next 2 weeks aren't great, but he's such a good asset. Saves you 2 transfers, selling and then buying back again. I would probably just keep Dewsbury Hall. You've got just under 4 minutes until the deadline. Make sure you lock your teams in. As of right now, 59% of you think I should start Senesi, 28% Rodon, 14% Richards, which means I think I've got the order correct, right? Senesi starting, Rodon first sub, Richards second sub. I suppose you could make an argument to put Krupi ahead of Richards if I think he could start, but I'm not that confident in that. So I think I'll leave it as is. Play 2 of Walter Marder, Bruno G, O'Reilly, Elliot Anderson, Lacroix, or Chow. I would play 2 of those. Wow. Probably... That's tough. Probably Walter Marder and Bruno G. Truthfully, I'll play the 2 Newcastle attackers, I think. Timber and Szoboszlai or Hincapié and Rice. Ooh... Timber and Szoboszlai is better long term, I think. Guiu or Rodon, second sub? Rodon for me. I don't think Guiu starts again. When do we get the second set of chips? After the Game Week 19 deadline. So going into Game Week 20, you'll have a second set of chips. You've got under 3 minutes until the deadline. Make sure you get your teams locked in. Do I play O'Reilly over Cash? Oh, that's a very close one. I still think I would go O'Reilly, but Cash has been very good and he's got a better fixture. I thought the deadline passed 28 minutes ago. No, it's 11:30 today. Sorry, 1:30 today. Because it's a 3 p.m. kickoff is the first kickoff. And we get an hour and a half before the first kickoff. 2 minutes until the deadline. Bench one of Barnes, Walter Marder, or Raul Jimenez. Probably Barnes just because the minutes are probably projected to be the lowest. Do I keep O'Reilly? Yes. I have Timber, Gay, 2 free transfers, 1.6 in the bank. I'd rather sell Gay than O'Reilly, to be fair. I'd definitely keep O'Reilly. The footballing schedule this week is horrific. In terms of when the games are played. I've seen a lot of the good games are not played on TV. Are Timber and Senesi okay to start? I've got those 2. Third defender is Van de Ven. Or should I -4 Munoz out for O'Reilly Gay? I wouldn't take a -4 here. I'm starting Timber and Senesi this week. If neither of them play, I just have to suck it up and I get Rodon and Richards. As long as you've got a bit of cover, I think you're okay. Should I play Welbeck or Walter Marder? I would start Walter Marder, personally. Or Voltamada, I think it is. I think it's Voltamada. You've got just over a minute till the deadline. Get your teams locked in. If you want to make transfers, make them. If you've got a chip active, make sure your chip is actually active. Make sure you've got your vice captaincy sorted, benching order sorted. Get everything locked in. Would you switch Welbeck for Raul? If you have lots of free transfers and you want to have fun, yes. If you don't have lots of transfers, your team's a bit of a mess, probably not. Hi, Ross. Bought Ekatike as a differential. Thoughts? I love it for this week. Longer term, but this week looks very good. And listen, if Isak continues to struggle for fitness and form, Ekatike's minutes will be good. No Gakpo for the next few weeks as well. I think Ekatike looks like a nice pun, yeah. Do you back Timber on a free hit? I probably would go Hincapié and Lewis Skelly or White. I would go for one of the other defenders. I think all of Hincapié, Lewis Skelly and White should probably start. I think the final spot is between like Timber, Norgard, other players. I think the other three should be pretty locked in, you'd imagine. Right, 10 seconds left. Too late to be asking questions now. Get your teams locked in. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we have the deadline. Done. I will tweet out my team, and then we'll have the fun part of the stream, which is post-deadline. Thank you for being here, by the way. Please do stick around. We'll carry on doing our thing. Team. Right, no. Seven-second delay on the stream confirmed. Yeah, it's about that. I think I've got it on low latency as well, so I don't think you can get it much closer to having no delay, as far as I'm aware anyway. At least on the software that I use to stream. Is that correct? Pope to Verbruggen, Njai to Soboslai, Enzo to Cunha, Mateta to Thiago, for Francesco Juice, because why not play? Yeah, I think so. Deadline hasn't gone. It has. If the game hasn't locked, then that's probably just on them. Club time. Ross has got me addicted. Yes. We've got some funny things to discuss in club, I'll be honest. Let me get this tweeted. Right, now post it on Blue Sky. I realised last second that I hadn't actually put Kelleher in goal. My trackpad has never seen this much action. That's always horrible when you've made your moves, but you realise you haven't actually sorted your team properly. I've had that a few times. You missed my super chat. Sorry, mate. It was a hectic end to the stream. I'll have a look in a second. I assume it was asking for advice, of which I probably can't give you now because it's probably too late. Focusing. You see me focus here, guys. I'm trying to get my team on Instagram, but it's not. Oh. No, this isn't going well. For goodness sake. I never know how to... There's probably a way to... I'm such an old man with technology these days. I just want to do it where my team is straight. Do you know what? Is that good enough? That was probably good enough. Club benching headache. Was Rice to Saka a good move? Don't hate it. Gameweek 16 team locked. Is that correct? That's correct, isn't it? Yep. If Bruno hadn't hauled last week, then he wouldn't be in consideration for captaincy. Disagree? But, I mean, like, saying a player... I kind of get what you're saying here, but he did haul. So, if he's in a nice run of form, scoring goals, Man United look like they're clicking, then that does impact stuff, right? Right. Let me sort out this. 2 seconds. Guys, we do have a lot to discuss in club. I'll be truthful with you. And I also need to meet with Manny as well, because I need a goalkeeper. This is the big thing that we need to go through today. is I'm in trouble. Right. So, here's the situation. Whenever Pope got flagged or injured, he was my only goalkeeper. I've got bloody Timber as well. It's just a mess right now. Munoz out as well. Oh, I forgot about that. This is not going well. Right, anyway. This is Club. If you want to play Club, there's a link down below to download. So I had Pope in goal for my fantasy football team, as per FPL as well, and he was my only goalkeeper. And since then, I have met with Manny 4 times a day, kept checking the loan market. There's just no one. 2 days ago, Donnarumma popped up as my goalkeeper on loan. So I've got Donnarumma on loan. I could really do with just getting a goalkeeper, like permanently. I don't even care who it is. I just need a goalkeeper. Please, for the love of God. So, all I need you to do is guess who do you think I will get from Manny. And please guess goalkeepers. Like, give me all... I reckon, is there another one on loan right now? No. Okay, right. Who do you think I'm going to get? If you are new to this, by the way, this is a fantasy football game where you upgrade your facilities, play fantasy football. Here's me. I'm Ross. And you meet with Manny to get players. So, this will be any player in the Premier League. All you need to do is guess who it will be. And please guess goalkeepers. Give me the goalkeeper good luck. I'm going to guess Vicario. And I will take it. I just want a goalkeeper. I don't care who it is. If it's a blinking forward, all I get is forwards. I don't need any more forwards. Tap to reveal. Base. Core. Don't be a forward. A core defender. Stinks. It reeks. And it's Man United defender. Even worse. Luke Shaw. It's actually not that bad. I'm actually going to sign Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw for the upcoming game weeks might not be that bad. Especially because I've got blinking Munoz in here. Like, my team is a state right now. The starting 11, I suppose, isn't awful if Timber plays. If Timber doesn't play, it's stinky. Right, that's not what we wanted. It's not what we wanted at all, is it? Boo, I know. Not what we want. At least I got Donnarumma on loan, so I am sorted for now. Yeah. What am I upgrading at the moment? I'm upgrading Manny. Okay. There are, by the way, in Club, free gifts at the moment. If you've not collected your free gifts, go onto this page, and every single day, I think, in December, there are free gifts to collect. So not the one here that you have to pay. Like, there are just free stuff. So make sure you're collecting all the free stuff and making the most of it. And yes, if you want to download Club and you've not yet done so, there is a link down below to download it. I highly recommend it. And make sure you join my leagues, Raptor. Search. This is my league code. Raptor, you're awesome, bro. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's my club league code. Make sure you join the league as well. Right. So what games do we have at 3 that we're waiting for the lineups on? Let's have a look. We have Chelsea, Everton, and just Liverpool, Brighton. Only 2. I just got Mazraoui. Mazraoui's not who you want, is it, Reese? It's not really who you want right now. Currently 8 million above my salary cap. I can't get above my salary cap because I just don't get any good players anymore. Ross, I've loved Club. Great fun. Thank you for introducing us to it. You're more than welcome. I love it, man. I love it. There is a reason that I am so heavily involved in Club because it's just brilliant. Raptor, are you in the bald Reddit? No, but I feel like I should be. Number 1 in Club Raptor League is also number 1 in Club overall. Is it? I didn't see that. Very nice. What happened to One Future Football? Yeah, One Future Football I bloody loved. But so what happened is, I don't think they got the engagement they wanted, and they decided that they actually wanted to do 2 things. Firstly, they're focusing on like multi-sport stuff, so other sports, but they also wanted to turn One Future Football into a mobile game, like a mobile app. So, you know, it was like on a web. For anyone that played One Future Football, if you didn't, just ignore what I'm saying. But for anyone that did, it was a website, but they wanted it to be like a mobile game. So, and that takes a lot of work. So they said they would keep me updated with when it happens, but I don't think it's going to happen for a while, sadly. And also, as a business, they said they were focusing on other stuff. It's a bit sad. But yeah, I actually... Are you doing Geoguessr again today? I might do a little bit. I might do just a cheeky little couple of rounds. Wonder what the most played mobile game is nowadays. It will say in the App Store, won't it? I don't really know. I don't play mobile games other than Club, really. App Store. App games. It's like, I don't really know where I find it. Top played games. I think it's like brain rot games. Do global. Yeah, I think I saw this, actually. Before, didn't I? Okay. Should we do this? Click the globe to play. Enter the name of any country to make your first guess. Okay, we're going to do this. Global. I don't know. I think I've played this once before, but I can't remember. Global. So I'm going to enter a country name. Do I go... I don't know whether to go. Don't tell me... Please don't tell me in the chat if you played this today. I want to get... So do I go Europe or do I go... I'm going to go Europe. And I'm going to go... Austria. Okay, it's red. So I think what that means is red means... It's like... I think red means it's nowhere near. So let's go over to Asia. It goes red the closer. Oh, wait. The red means close. I should have read the rules. Does red mean close? Oh, what? I want to go back. What's happened here? Wait, does red mean close, did you say? No. I feel like red wouldn't mean close, surely. Red means adjacent. What? Dark red is a border. Where are the rules on this game? Red means hot. Okay, so I'm close. Scroll down. Oh. Closest... Oh, okay. Closest border is 680... Okay, so we're in Europe. That was a good guess then. Okay, so I reckon then we're 600 kilometers away. What about Hungary? Or do you reckon it's in the other direction? Let's have a look. Let's go Hungary next. Hungary. Okay, where is Hungary? Hungary is further away. Okay. In which case we are maybe Germany. I'm going to go Germany. No, Germany wouldn't be 600 kilometers away. Denmark? Oh. That's it. That was sad. Can I do another one? That was over very quick. We got in 3 guesses. Okay, it was Denmark. That was good logic. We went Austria. Then I went Hungary, which was further away. I was going to go Germany, but Germany would have been really close. It could have been France, I suppose, but that would have been also... Yeah, cool, Denmark. Right. Can I go again? Practice. You are playing a practice game. Okay, we'll go again. Okay, I'm going to mix up Thailand. Enter. Okay, Thailand is 3,000 kilometers away. Okay, should we go back for Europe? Let's go back for Europe. Let's do Germany. Germany is 2,000 kilometers away. 2,000 kilometers. Do you reckon Africa? 3,002. I could see Africa working here. So let me go. I'm going to go Chad in Africa. No, see, Chad is... So Germany is the closest. So probably the US or Canada then. Let's go Canada for Claudette. No. Canada is far away as well. The hell are we? Maybe the Middle East. Okay, let's try Jordan. Oh, yeah. Okay, Jordan is 600 kilometers away. Okay, 600 kilometers away from Jordan. Is Qatar 600 kilometers away? I'm going to go Qatar. Oh, Qatar is 190. So it's Oman or UAE? Okay, it's Oman or UAE. I'm going to go UAE. Is warmer? Okay, it's Oman. What? Oh, it's Saudi Arabia then. Is it? What is happening? Oh, this place is Yemen, right? No, it's wait, where are we? Oh, it's what? Oh, is it this? Oh, it's is that Azerbaijan? Azerbaijan. I don't know how you spell Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. It's adjacent to the answer. It's not going to be Turkey, is it? If it's Turkey, that's really disappointing. No. Oh, what are we here? Kuwait? Kuwait is cooler. Bahrain? What is going on, man? What is this place here? It's it's one of these, isn't it? Oh no, sorry, Iraq. Oh my god, Iran. For goodness, that took far too long. Goodness me, I just guessed the entire Middle East. Okay, well, that was a terrible one. Let me try again. Right, I'm gonna go back over in Asia, Thailand. Okay, we're nowhere near with Thailand. Oh, where were we there? 9,000 away. I reckon South America. Let's go Peru. No, nowhere near again. How far away were we there? Okay, Thailand was closer. So probably Europe again. Let's go for a different. We'll go Romania. What on earth is happening here? So maybe South Africa? So Thailand is the closest, which is 9,000 kilometers away. Let me try South Africa. Thailand is still the closest. So do you reckon this must be then Australia? Is warmer. Australia is 3,000 kilometers away. Is warmer. Oh, is it going to be one of these? It's going to be. Is this an island? I'm trying to think where else this could be. So New Zealand is the closest at 2,700 kilometers away. So this is going to be like an island, probably. Fiji is warmer. Micronesia. Micronesia is cooler. Okay. Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands is warmer. It's not going to be like East Timor, is it? Oh yeah, I mean Timor-Leste. Okay, that's fine. Timor-Leste is cooler. No, I mean I meant Tonga. Is warmer. What am I missing? Tuvalu. Tuvalu is cooler. I'm literally naming every island on the globe. Oh, what is the... It starts with an N. What is the one that starts with an N? I can't remember the one that starts with Vanuatu is cooler. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it could be Samoa. It is Samoa. Fair play, whoever said Samoa. I wasn't thinking of Samoa. What was the one I was thinking of that starts with an N? Well, that was a tough one. Samoa. Oh, we got the lineups, by the way. I think we have. Right, one sec. We'll come back to this. This is fun. I like this. Oh, Nauru. That was what I was thinking of, was a Nauru. Okay, Soboslai starts. Salah on the bench. Isak on the bench. Okay, so Soboslai should be on pens here, which is nice. That's what we wanted. Gomez in at right back. So Soboslai in the 10, probably. Okay, very nice. We'll look at Brighton. Oh, Matoma on the bench. Welbeck on the bench. That's not ideal if you own Welbeck. Van Hecke starts. Verbruggen starts. My new goalkeeper. And then Chelsea. João Pedro, Palmer, and Enzo all start. Cool. No huge surprises there, I don't think. And then who are Chelsea playing? Everton. De Kuiper was benched, was it? Oh, yeah, was he? I didn't check, actually. Oh, goodness me, that mouse is sensitive. Yeah, that's the standard team you'd expect. Okay. Yeah, was he benched, De Kuiper? Yeah, he was, actually. Fair play. Soboslai will be a right wing. Yeah, potentially. I don't know exactly how they'll set up, actually. Right, let's start again. I'm going to go Angola. Okay, Angola is 4,700 kilometers from the border. So this could be, I mean, this could even be Northern Africa. Like, what about Tunisia? Oh, see, Tunisia is warmer. 2,500 away. So let me actually go Saudi Arabia. Oh, Saudi Arabia is adjacent to the answer. Okay, is this Qatar? Okay, Qatar's cooler. So could this be Jordan? Jordan is adjacent to the answer. Israel's cooler. So Israel's further away, so it's not going to be Palestine. What is this going to be? Is this going to be Iraq? Yeah. There's Iraq and Iran we've had. Yeah, we'll play again. This is a fun game. I could play this all day, I'm not going to lie. Let's actually go. We haven't had one in South America. Let's go Brazil. Okay, Brazil isn't far off. Brazil is 4,000 kilometers away. So do we think there is a chance? Could this be? I'm gonna go Dominican. I reckon this could end up being Dominican Republic. Oh, it's warmer. So is this gonna be like US? Oh, United States is adjacent, so it's Canada or Mexico. Canada. Hey, Canada for Claudette. We got there. Okay, guys, you can decide my first guess. What do you want my first guess to be on this one? This is the nerdiest thing I've ever played, but I love it. Also got coffee here that I've not drunk any of. Pickle. Okay, Pickle's not there. Yeah, what do you want the first country that I guess to be?
Pardon? What
do you want the first country that I guess to be? This is a game where you guess and it tells you how far you are away and you get closer and closer.
Cape Verde.
Okay. I'll do it the proper way. Cabo Verde. Okay, Cabo Verde is 10,000 kilometers from the... Okay, so it's nowhere near Cabo Verde. Okay. So 10,000 away. So do you reckon then... Let's go Thailand. Thailand is 2,000. Okay. So it's obviously South Korea. No, it's cooler. Okay, damn.
Australia?
Yeah, Australia, it would be more. Actually, it might maybe Indonesia. Warmer. I'll tell you what, you could be right, you know. I think it would say that it was quite a bit close, though. Cooler. Oh. Okay, so No, it would say Malaysia's adjacent, though, wouldn't it?
Japan is still the answer.
Wait, so which was closer? Yeah. Which was close? Indonesia was closer. This could be Timor-Leste. Cooler. Malaysia. Singapore. Singapore's cool. Why do you mean like that? Singapore's cooler. So what is the closest? The closest is Indonesia. Not Thailand. No, it can't be Mongolia because then Thailand would be closer. What's closer to Indonesia? This is Papua New Guinea. Yes. It's cooler. What about Sri Lanka? No, because... Guys, if it was Vietnam or Cambodia or any of those, then Thailand would be closer. Sri Lanka. Oh, Sri Lanka is warmer. India. India is warmer. Bhutan. No, cooler. Oh, Bangladesh, maybe. No, but then that would say it was adjacent, wouldn't it? It's warmer. Maybe Pakistan, then? Pakistan is warmer. No. So Nepal. Cooler. Damn, what am I missing here? Oh, Myanmar. It might be Myanmar. Myanmar's warmer, but not correct. Do you reckon, is there any way this is like Seychelles or something like that? Do you reckon it's one of these islands? Seychelles. No, India's still the closest. Maybe it is... No, Mongolia wouldn't work. No. It can't be China either. No, so it's somewhere around here. What islands do we have? You think it's Maldives? Could be. Oh, it is. Fair play. Fair play. I thought the Maldives were like further away. Yeah, Maldives. Fair play, guys. Good guess. Right, let's go again. You smashed that one. Yeah, you did very well there. I didn't get the Maldives. In my mind, Maldives were like closer to Africa. Okay. What do we want the first guess to be? That's Mauritius. Yes, exactly. I was getting confused with Mauritius. Yeah, it was Mauritius I was getting confused with. That cup made a very weird noise. Why is my cup squeaking? Portugal. That was the first thing I saw. Right, let's go to Portugal. Okay, Portugal is 9,900 kilometers away. Let's go Peru. Okay, Peru's even further away. Let's go back over. Let's go Cambodia this time. Cambodia is the closest. It's 2,000 kilometers from Cambodia. Let's try Sri Lanka again. Further away. Let's try Malaysia. Warmer. So it's somewhere over here. Travel is a fun geography game. You've got to try and get from one country to another by going through as few countries as possible. Oh, we can try that in a second. Philippines. Yes. It's warmer. Oh, Taiwan. I reckon this is Taiwan. I'm all over this. No. Oh, damn. Okay, this could just be Vietnam then. Vietnam. Cooler. Japan. Warmer. Oh, hello. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yes, South Korea. We got that one quicker. What is this game? It's called Global. I've only played it once before today, but it's fun. We'll do a couple more of this, and then we'll try that other game that someone mentioned, Travel. Okay, what guess do you want the first one to be here? I don't know why this is making a really weird squeaky noise every time I... Please tell me you can hear that down the mic. That's so weird. Colombia. Okay, we'll go Colombia. Colombia is 8,000 kilometers away. I reckon this could be back in Europe. I'm going to go Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is warmer. How close? Liechtenstein is... Okay, I reckon we're in Europe then. Liechtenstein is 3,000 kilometers away. Let's go Bulgaria. Bulgaria is closer. Bulgaria is 3,200. So... I'm going to get this, I reckon. So, okay, hear me out. Liechtenstein was about 3,000 and Bulgaria was about 3,000. So we are somewhere in between Bulgaria and Liechtenstein. So I think we are probably in the Baltics, would be my guess. Or Belarus. No. Maybe even Poland. 3,000 though. I reckon we're in Latvia or Lithuania. I reckon we're in the Baltics. That's going to be my guess. So Latvia or Lithuania. Latvia or Lithuania? I'm going to go Latvia. Oh, yeah, sorry, Latvia. Oh. Latvia is cooler. Oh, do you reckon it's maybe... There's no way it's like a Tunisia, is it? It's warmer. Okay, so how far away was Tunisia? So is it just Italy? Cooler. Is it Egypt? Are we actually on... Egypt is warmer. Okay. Is this Greece then? Greece is cooler. Do you reckon like a Morocco then? No. So the closest so far is Egypt, which is 1,400 kilometers away. Oh, Cyprus is a great shout. Yes, I spelled it wrong. Cool. Malta? Malta. Malta's warmer. But the closest is still Egypt. No, it wouldn't be Libya. Libya's too far away. I mean, it could be Libya. No, it won't be Libya, I think. I just want to rule out Croatia. Yeah, that's too far away. So it's closer to Egypt. Shall we go then? I wonder if it's even south of Egypt. Let me cover off. Let me go Sudan. Oh, okay, Sudan was a good shout. So it's close to Sudan. Okay. No, it will be more inward. Chad. Chad is adjacent to the answer. Oh my god, what is adjacent to Chad? Niger? Niger is cooler. Oh, Niger was adjacent to Chad. I'm quite happy with that. So it's either... Oh, what's this? Is that Libya or Algeria? Is it Algeria? No. Is that Libya then? Is it going to be Libya? Libya... I'm filling this out. Oh my goodness, what was in between? Is it Central African Republic? Central African Republic. Oh my goodness, what on earth? So it's here. What's this? Is that Cameroon? No, it's not. Is it? Hey, Cameroon. Brian Mbermo. We did that for Brian. Weird squeaky glass. That was annoying. We literally filled out the entirety of North Africa. Right, 3,000 kilometers is so much further than I thought. Yeah, 3,000 kilometers is so much further than I thought. Okay, it's good to know that. I was thinking like, okay, yeah, that's clearly my 3,000 kilometers is a long way. Okay, good to know. We'll play this once or twice more and then we'll stop. I'm going to do something else. Okay, right, we need to bounce back. Let's go. Nice and simple. Russia. So Russia is 5,000 kilometers away. We said 5,000 is a lot. I reckon 5,000 is like to Sri Lanka. Okay, but Sri Lanka's even further away then. So it's probably 5,000 in this direction. In which case, let's actually go Spain. Okay, Spain is warmer. 2,600 from Spain. So 2,000 we said is a lot, and it's further away. So it's we're probably back in Africa. 2,000. We're probably nearish to where Cameroon was. So I'm going to go, let's say Gabon. No. How far away is Gabon? Gabon is 2,000. So I wonder if we're back up near like Egypt. Egypt. No. How far away is Egypt closer? No. So it's probably like here. Let me go then. Sierra Leone. Ooh, Sierra Leone was very close. Oh, wait. It's adjacent. Sierra Leone is adjacent. What's adjacent to Sierra Leone? It is... the Ivory Coast. Côte d'Ivoire. Is a... What is that, man? Behave yourself. I know what it is, I think. I think it's Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. No, what is that then? It's not Senegal, is it? No, Senegal is further down. No, it's further up. It's not the Gambia, then it's Guinea. Guinea. It is Guinea. Yes, we got it. It was Guinea. Liberia was the one in between. Yeah, so Liberia was this one, right? This is testing my knowledge of the African countries, which isn't as good as it should be, probably. I love nerdy games like this. Right. Final one. We're going to try and get this in as quickly as possible, in as few guesses as possible. Let's go. What would be a really... I think we should try... I'm going to go Brazil again. Okay, Brazil is 4,000 kilometers away. So let's try one in the middle of Africa, just in case. Let's just go Central African Republic. Are we going to be back in Africa again? Republic. We are, I think. Okay, 1,400 kilometers away. I'm going to go straight off the bat with Zimbabwe. Cooler. Interesting. We're in Northern Africa again. Libya. I think we are. Libya is the warmest. Libya is 1,400 kilometers away. Let me try them. Let's go Morocco. Morocco was cooler. So the closest is still Central African Republic. I reckon we might be literally back over. Let's go Liberia this time. We are right near there again. 890 kilometers away. Okay, let me go this time. Guinea. I'll go for Guinea-Bissau. No. Liberia is the closest. Gabon. Okay, so it might be then. It could be Ivory Coast then. Côte d'Ivoire is warmer. Oh my goodness. Let me try. Oh, could it be Mali? Mali's cooler. Okay. So it's over here somewhere. Let me just. Okay, so it's Ivory Coast is so it's here somewhere. Yeah, Benin's that's probably a great shout. Benin is adjacent to the answer. What was Sierra? It won't be Sierra Leone then, will it? No, that was that way. Oh yeah. No. Oh, it's got to be Togo then. Yes, okay. I was like, oh, it's Ghana. No, it's not Ghana. Togo. Okay. What was this other one people were saying? Travel. Okay, right, let's try this. How to play. Name countries to travel from the start country to the end country to try and get there in the fewest guesses possible. Can I go through the ocean? Name every country you'd need to pass through on a walk from A to B. Bridges and tunnels count. Exclaves and remote territories don't. There are some exceptions to include extra countries. Ireland connects to the United Kingdom. Indonesia joins the mainland. Russia doesn't connect to Poland via Kaliningrad. Spain doesn't connect to Morocco. Okay. Right. Today, I'd like to travel from Kyrgyzstan to Singapore. Okay, Kyrgyzstan to Singapore. That's a very tough one. The countries have to land borders. Okay. Does Kyrgyzstan border? Ooh. I wonder if Russia's actually... No, it doesn't border Russia. It will be bordering Kazakhstan. Mongolia? Does it border Mongolia? Oh my god, does Kyrgyzstan border Mongolia? Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan. I think it might. I don't think it does, actually. Oh, I spelled it wrong this way. Did that work? I think that was wrong, right? Does that mean it's wrong? Wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, yeah, it doesn't. Damn. Okay, let me try it. Kazakhstan. That was bad. Then I guess I can go Russia. No, that's an awful route. Okay, I lied. Pakistan. Let's go south. Does it border Pakistan? Shouldn't Pakistan be here? I think so. No. What is this? Oh, it is. It's Turkmenistan or one of those ones, I think. No. Oh my god. What is just below Kyrgyzstan? Germany. Does that border China? I mean, this is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster at this stage. Can't border India. I mean, it might be India. No, I don't think it is. Do you know what? At this stage, let me just go this way. No, then I'm still going to struggle to get down. Is it China? Does China border it? Okay, start with Singapore. I don't think you can start from Singapore, can you? Oh, it does. I did not think Kyrgyzstan bordered China. Okay, right. We can go from here. This is fine. So we need to get to Singapore. Does Thailand border? No, it doesn't. So I want to go Vietnam. Yeah. Then I'll go Cambodia. Yeah. Wait. Then I'll go Thailand. Yeah. Then I'll go Malaysia. Oh. We got there. Did we get there? Yeah, we got there. See, guys, it was easy. Guys, it was easy to get there. I just had to navigate this bit here. So we went, yeah, I think this was actually a really good route, you know? China, I mean, we probably could have just gone, yeah, Myanmar would have been better, but Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, we got there. It was fine. Can we do another one? Archive. No. What? How can I... Other maps. Daily game. Can I play previous ones? Practice mode. Oh, here we go. Lithuania to Tunisia. Okay, I got this. Right, let me think about this. Why can I not remember? Is it Belarus? What is under Lithuania? You said I can go from Tunisia. How do I get from Tunisia? Wait, there's water in the way. Or do I have to go round? No, but I still... how do I get to Tunisia? I'm a bit confused. Italy, maybe, but there's water. I thought this said that has to be landlocked. You got to go east. Yeah, but isn't there still land? Am I getting confused? Egypt into Israel. But then you still need to cross the water. Or have I lost my mind? This game's hard. I'll tell you what, I think global was a little bit easier for us. Okay, we can try. Let's go. Okay, let's go that way. Russia. Why has it done it like that? Stop doing this weird zoomy thing. Russia. Why are you... I want to look at the... Goodness me. Okay, I've got to turn my head to think. Russia into... is it like Armenia? I hate it. Let's go back to this game. This is more fun. Too difficult for me. Apparently I don't have the skill set for that. This game was more enjoyable. Or just one round of Geoguessr. But also, it's a lot of effort setting that up, isn't it? Okay, let me try it. Geoguessr. Done. Then I go... okay, what do I need to do? Right, one sec. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. You can just look at me like here, even though my chair's in the way. One sec. I want to go bang. Then I want to go... that work? Works, I guess. Hello.
No.
Oh no, that's a hungry pickle. Is that what this is? Is this a visit to say that you want food?
Not really, to be honest. I was just thinking you've been streaming for ages.
I feel like a naughty child that's being told off.
No, you do what you want.
I'm going to do a couple of rounds of Geoguessr. Wait, Pickle, you're going to tell me where we are.
For the record, I don't play this game.
Pickle, where are we?
Scotland.
I think this is the UK, actually, isn't it? Does look like it. Yeah. I reckon this is Ireland or Scotland, isn't it?
What was that?
Oh,
Oh, that's not English.
Reavers.
Maybe it's Irish.
Forestry, England.
Oh.
What is that word then? Reavers.
Or is it Ireland?
Not if it says Forestry, England. We're in Kershaw in England. Wherever that is.
Oh.
So do you reckon this is in like, I wonder if it's like Cotswold way. Where is Kershaw?
No clue.
So it lied. Oh no, is that still England?
Oh, it was near Scotland. Where is
Oh.
it, Scotland? What the
Oh.
It's Scotland! Yo!
So why are they lying? There's lots of reavers in Yorkshire. Don't know what that word is. Okay, you can have us with this one then.
No, I'm good, thanks. I'll say
Okay, I think it's Russia.
I thought it was that.
Or like
that
Eastern
way.
Europe.
Yeah.
Maybe not though. I think Russia fits, kind of. A little bit. Maybe not. It's somewhere over here.
Is this?
Could be Bulgaria.
It's too cold for that now.
You get they tease you with some of these. Like if they're shot in the wind, like Spain can look cold, you know. I would say, long antenna. Don't know what that is, but I'm gonna go probably Russia. Birmingham. Afternoon here. Glad I just got here in time for the real content. Yeah, so I think we're in Birmingham. I was playing against someone the other day, and it was the most beautiful round. It looked like the middle of Portugal, and someone guessed UK, and I was like, and where they guessed was like in between Birmingham and Manchester. And I was just like, if you know the country that you're from, you just know that it would never look like that.
I can't believe I got that last one right.
Yeah, I know.
No problem.
Yeah, these chevrons would make you lean like Ukraine, Russia way. Quite dark soil. Is this like the Chelyabinsk, Omsk? This might be like here. In Chelyabinsk and Omsk, you get really dark soil, and I would say that soil is quite dark. Chelyabinsk or Omsk? I'm gonna go for Omsk. Nope, it was not. It was actually Russia. So you've got over here Kaliningrad, which is this little region here, tucked in between Poland and Lith, is actually Russia.
Oh.
But you just would never guess there unless you know it's Kaliningrad. So
It's actually quite close to Norway.
yeah, I know. It's on far off. I've got dark soil. Nice. God, this is the difficult rounds to start off. You guessed Poland. Did I? I thought I guessed Russia. I guessed Poland. It's an enclave. So you know it's never great when you don't know what continent you're in.
Sandy. I know.
Love you.
No, sorry, I really don't have the attention span for this game.
Don't have the attention span for it. Love you, bye. So, thoughts? I think Peru's a possibility. Tucked up here. I think I could see it here in Colombia. I wouldn't be like disgustingly surprised if this was like Arge. Could certainly see an Arge, right? I can't really see the sun is the concern. Other places this could be. I suppose it's possible. It doesn't feel like Asia. I mean, it's certainly possible that it could be. My two guesses would be here or here. It's either like northern Peru or northern Colombia. Should we go right up in this little region? It was Arge. It's exactly where I clicked in Arge. That was funny. I said I wouldn't be surprised if it was Arge. Yeah, it maybe was a little bit too dry for there. Oh, okay. So, Finland was my first thought here. Sweden, Norway, like it's probably up here somewhere. Probably more. I mean, it's quite flat, quite tall trees. Yeah. I could see Finland or Sweden. So by that logic, I'll probably just click on the border up here. It was Finland. Cool. Did I actually guess in Finland? No, I actually guessed in Sweden. Okay. Right. These have been some difficult rounds, I would say, overall. We have got the EU car. This is an interesting round. Hmm. Yeah, so I think this is southern France, right? I think that's French. Vunever Pala. Yeah, that's French. So we're in France, and it's got to be fairly southern. I mean, you've got like almost like palms here. The architecture looks super southern. I mean, it does look a bit like Spain. Like, loads of you said Spain. I kind of get that. So I do wonder if it's super close down. It's quite green and lush. Like here. Yeah. Nice. Or southern France. How do you tell whether it's flat from a small sample size of camera angles? Can you tell from a small section or in camera panoramas? No, I just mean like in terms of what I can see, it looks flat. Like Norway, Finland are a little bit more mountainous than Sweden, for example. So like you can, if it's a long flat road, you can often get a bit of a vibe that it looks like a flat country. But it's just from what I can see, basically. Cool. So this is Kyrgyzstan, and we've got northern mountains. Yeah. Kyrgyzstan. Could be over here, actually. What's the road angle? It's fairly straight. I wouldn't be surprised if we are looking... Can I see that lake? I can certainly see it being there. I do wonder if we're on that road. Nah, it doesn't look like that road massively. Got some mountains to our southeast as well. That would fit for there. We'd see much bigger mountains behind us as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we're on this road, actually. Ah, we were a little bit further south in Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, mountains here in southeast. I could have probably lined that up a little bit better. That's fine. It is what it is. Okay, we've got lots of English text. We are driving on the right. This almost looks like the Canary Islands off the bat, you know what I mean? This is like a Tenerife. I could see the Canary Islands for sure. Other places I suppose this could be. This could be like maybe Gibraltar. Where's the sun? Sun is Northern Hemisphere. Yeah, so my immediate thought was Canary Islands, Gibraltar. We'd be able to... Maybe we wouldn't. In a little cove here. 5. Or maybe just a Spanish island. But I don't know if you'd see this much English. Look at the pedestrian crossing sign. It's got 5. In Spain, they have 8, right? Does that extend to the Canary Islands? Oh, my camera died. That says I've been streaming too long. Let me get rid of this then. You can just have my voice. Camera. Done. I don't know. Is the truth? I thought Canary Islands off the bat, so I'm going to go Canary Islands, but I don't know where we are. I think we could be anywhere. I'll just go... Maybe not Tenerife. Southern... Right, we've got ocean to the south, so we need to be at the southern tip of somewhere. I'll just go, like, around here. Okay, it was Italy. Interesting. There's a lot of English text. Just there. Waves were too small for Canaries. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Fair, fair, fair. Okay, Russia, I think. All fits pretty well for Russia. I suppose it could be another Cyrillic-speaking country, but all fits pretty well for Russia. I don't know where in Russia, I'll be honest. I would say probably further west, but not sure. No. Okay. I mean, Russia's so hard to region guess. Okay. Philippines, I think. Maybe not, actually. We're driving on the left here. Driving on the left, so not Philippines. Concrete road. I mean, okay. So, Indo-Malaysia. So a little tip for you. If a lot of the houses have tiled roofs, you're probably in Malaysia or possibly in Jakarta, or like Java at least. So I would lean that way. No info there about where we are. Yeah, I would go Java here, I think, if I was in a duel. Nothing much better to go for, so... Oh, yeah. Look at that for a guess. Yeah, so in Indonesia, you can get tiled roofs anywhere, but normally if you're in Sumatra, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, you don't see as many tiled roofs. We had quite a few tiled roofs there, which is common in Java, which is this island. Also could have been over in like East Nusa, towards Bali, basically. Bali has a lot of those similar looking roofs, so it could have been anywhere in and around here. Nice guess. Yeah, so this is the Americas. Got a stop sign, probably the US or Canada. Single yellow line, a little bit mountainous, but not too mountainous. I'd say maximum. I reckon this is up here then. I think that's I think that says, so if you've got speed limit signs that say speed limit, it's US. If it says maximum, then it would be Canada. It would fit for Canada. I don't know. Doesn't Sask and Manitoba, I think, would look a little bit more barren. I think British Columbia is normally a little bit more... Maybe a bit more mountainous? I mean, it could be BC. I think my initial vibe was Ontario, Quebec, but Quebec would say Arret. They wouldn't say... I'll go Ontario. Could it be New Brunswick? Ah, it was BC. Yeah, as I was talking through it, I was like, could be BC. Actually, that might be... Is that Alberta, technically? Where did it go? No. I think it's just about BC. Okay. I mean, you're in the middle of so many mountains there, but it didn't look that mountainous. Okay. We'll do one more game. White car. Stop sign. Driving on the left. Hang on a second. This is an interesting combo. White car, stop sign, driving on the left. Okay. Sun is in the... So, southern hemisphere. So, I would say, with a combination of all of that stuff, we are in... Eswatini or Lesotho. White car as well. Yeah, it all fits quite well, actually. Okay. I think Eswatini have trees on their hills, whereas Lesotho have like less trees. There's a lot of trees here. Like Lesotho, I think, are quite well known for not having many trees. So I think I would go Eswatini. In terms of where we are in Eswatini, I've got no idea. We could try and pick a road that lines up. I don't know where we are. I'm just going to guess in the middle of Eswatini. Something like that. Yeah, it was Eswatini. Cool. Eswatini, which is obviously in southern Africa. Not in South Africa, of course, but in southern Africa. Nice. Cool, driving on the left again. And I tell you what, I think we're back in a similar part of the world, in all honesty. Yeah. I mean, is there a chance this is Oz? Maybe, not really. No, this is probably actually. Wouldn't be surprised if this is Namibia. We might be in Namibia here. Could certainly see Namibia. Like this road, maybe? We're at an intersection, aren't we? Is Geoguessr free to play? There are some... I think you can play it a little bit free. But if you want to get access to most stuff, yeah. I think it's like a few £1 a month is the membership. Ah, it's just South Africa. Okay. It was Southern Africa, but I thought it was Namibia. That's fine. I could see it. Yeah, yeah. It was actually near Kimberley. If you guys watch my videos, you'll know that I guess Kimberley usually all the time. That's funny. Okay. Got some English text. Danger. Danger. With some other text there. Interesting. Northern Hemisphere. What was the country guessing game you were playing previously called? It was called Global. Global. Like Wordle, but global, I think. This almost looks like Ireland. It literally looks like Ireland. Like Republic of Ireland. Danger, danger. High voltage. Yeah, I do. Frosty, don't question my knowledge. Single yellow centre line. I mean, it's very like volcanic. I don't know. Probably like... Single yellow centre line's weird though. I even wonder is this not an English-speaking country, but they've just put danger on it? I wouldn't be surprised if this is over in Canada. I wouldn't... could it be Canada, actually? Does Canada fit better? I think Canada... Oh, do you know what? I don't care. It was Canada. It didn't feel very UK, the more I looked at it. Police in English. God, everything's so low quality. Okay. Where good food costs less every day. So I think what's we're driving on the left. This is probably just South Africa again. My worry is, could this be Kenya? I know they're very far apart, but this is a country that speak English, probably in Africa, driving on the left. So it's Kenya or South Africa. I think it feels more South African to me. I'd go fairly near Joburg, actually. Oh, there we go. Nice guess. Yeah, South Africa. That could have easily been Kenya, to be fair. We knew it was in the southern hemisphere, so cool. Right, final round. Felipa Gobernador looks Spanish. Yep. Driving on the right. Hemisphere is southern hemisphere, Spanish, driving on the right. Okay. Interesting. I think that is Spanish. So. Can't really make that out. Car I can't really make out too much either. So this is... this is an interesting round. Don't actually know on this one. This is probably southwest, little bit mountainous southwest. I don't actually know. Southwest mountains, though that doesn't really fit fantastically for Bolivia. Bolivia, you would see a lot of mountains north, and I guess you do have a couple. How do I remove Geoguessr's music? Just go on this and then turn music off, if you don't like the music. I leave it on for my videos recently, because it just gives you something to listen to, I guess. I reckon it's somewhere around Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, Peru. Oh, it was Bolivia. Nice. It was Bolivia. It was just a little bit closer to Peru. Southwest. Yeah, I guess these... Oh, yeah, there you go. There are the Southwest Mountains we were looking at just there. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. That wasn't too bad of a game, I guess. Right, anyway, guys, my camera's not here. Oh, I just smashed my light. My camera's not here anymore, but I love you and all very much. I hope you have a fantastic game week ahead. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with the transfer plans video, and hopefully the transfers that we used get us a green arrow as well. But thank you for being here. I appreciate your support, and I will catch you soon. Bye, guys.